Good evening, good morrow, and good day, and welcome to another edition of Slice and Dice here with the Manylands campaign. It's not just any odd session. Oh no, today is our 50th ever session. Hello everyone, just brought you guys into the stream. So we've got no Dan today, so Fleeting Look will be here. I haven't checked with him yet, but James, is it all right if you pilot Fleeting Look for today?
Yeah, no problem.
If and when there is any combat stuff, maybe not as efficient as you normally are when you're Fleeting Look, just to keep it in character, maybe.
Use him more as a human shield, got it.
Yeah, that sounds okay. Only for Seth, though. Best friends for life. Anyway, before we begin today's I want to say epic, but I also am too modest to say epic. But today's session, which is going to be a pivotal one for many reasons, let's do some shameless plugs first. So firstly, guys, does anyone here, any of you guys have any shameless plugs today? No one at all. Are you sure? But I remember you saying you had something to talk about. No? Okay.
My shameless plug was purely celebrating being in less pain.
Oh, right, yes, because let's shameless plug for Bart's tattoo that now means that his left arm works, so that's good. No, yeah, it was your left arm, yeah. Right?
It was my left arm. The tattoo doesn't mean my left arm works. The tattoo is why it wasn't working, but now...
I thought it was like a dragon mark thing that suddenly it awoke powers in your left arm that you didn't have before.
If I had genuinely manifested magical powers through a tattoo, I would have been making a much bigger noise about it, I promise. No.
You would like, I can make my own shameless plug occur from mid-air.
Well, we might as well. If you're interested in tattoos and you are in the West Midlands region, I highly recommend Sacred Steel Tattoos in Earlsdon in Coventry. Very lovely studio, lovely people, really, really good art, and very good rates. There you are. There's your shameless plug.
There you go. See some free advertising, you guys.
And the tattoo I got, I can't show you the whole thing. You get naked on the stream, which I think Twitch probably has views on. But if you can see just at the top there, it is a turtle. It is in fact Great Atuin, the world turtle from Discworld. So they definitely are fantasy art friendly as a studio there. So by all means, if you're up for it and in the vicinity, get it on. Give them a look. They are a very fine studio indeed.
Fantastic, thank you, Bart. Okay, as for other shameless plugs, so I do have at least one myself, and that is for those of you who haven't checked it out already. We've got our second campaign. It's completely separate from the Manylands. It's the Cage campaign, which is set in the Planescape setting, which actually is from second edition Dungeons and Dragons, like. Yeah, old school, but we've upgraded it to 5th edition. The first session of which will be going up on our YouTube on Friday. But before that first official session goes up, we've already had session 0, which went up last week, which you guys can check out on our YouTube channel now, and it's here on Twitch for this week. We also have coming up on Friday at 5 o'clock in the slot where we would normally have the campaign diaries, or at least bi-monthly we would have our campaign diaries. Instead, this Friday I have an exclusive campaign chat talking all about the Cage with the DM himself, with Stephen. So we'll be talking about all of the PCs who you're going to be meeting in the campaign, and a little bit more about the Cage, the setting, Sigil, the City of Doors, and all that kind of stuff. So should be a good fun chat, and lots of info, and lots of for those of you who love stats, we'll be going through everyone's character sheet. So that's cool. So come join us for that. That's on Friday at 5 p.m. here live on Twitch, and then after that stream is up, we'll then have the premiere of session 1. So come tune in to that. That was quite a long shameless plug. I do have one more though.
Shameless plug.
Well, we're here. It's session 50. We have been doing this campaign for 50 sessions, which in of itself should be a shameless plug. That's crazy. We've been doing it over a year now, and we're still here. As in, everyone is still in the campaign. We're not all in the same room anymore because lots of things have happened in the last year, but come a long way, guys. Your characters, and I think we have come a very long way since the start of the campaign, which is fantastic. And one of the things to celebrate today is we also have, for the second time ever, a guest star on the campaign who will be joining us in today's session. I won't reveal more about who they are or their character or anything else, but if you're watching us live on Twitch, which I really hope you are, you can use the D&D Beyond Twitch overlay. Sorry, messed that up. You can use the D&D Beyond Twitch overlay to check out not only the rest of the party, but also the guest star's character ahead of their entrance. So there you go. Rewards for live streaming if you're watching the live stream. There you are. Thank you. Look, see Marshall there? That is how you should feel. That's that kind of trepidation. Amazing.
Tension, excitement.
Oh, so much. Yes. I hope you're excited. I certainly am. Without any further ado, let's jump in then, shall we, to tonight's session here in the Manylands campaign. And we are back. So, guys, last time here in the Manylands campaign, you guys, half of you went to meet up with the Moonrunners. Sorry, I've just seen a comment from Drake Lazarus saying, "Nice ampersand." Thank you, Drake. We did change it. I mean, over 6 months ago, but I appreciate that you've noticed it nonetheless. Thank you for that. Anyway, so half of you guys had your meetings with the Moonrunners. To be honest, you were more giving them information than the other way around. However, as a powerful and clandestine organization such as they are, they do have things to offer to you guys, and you've taken them up on one of those offers, which is that in exchange for you guys liberating their colleagues and relatives of members of the Moonrunners who seem to have been abducted, as you have now discovered through Aarakocra by Manticores. In exchange for you liberating those people, the Moonrunners will not only be there to pick them up, but you will have almost a blank check in a favour that you can call on from that organisation. So quite a lucrative deal, really, for you guys. In addition to that, you told them everything that you know, not only about who's been abducted, but also speculated on who could be behind it and why. You mentioned about Jackman Winklebottom, the former proprietor of Flaming Jacks, who's gone into hiding with a bone dagger, which it seems the Red Mages are after. And it's only after that happened that people started going missing in and around Hilberg, all of which, like Jackman, are smaller folk. Interesting stuff. So, Seth, you agreed to meet the Rootmaster, whose name is Reg, a dwarf with many braids in his hair and a leather waistcoat, to meet him at an old farmhouse south of the mountains with the prisoners that you free. That's the plan. You also, all of you, got kitted out by Belle Quigley from Bits and Pieces with what wares she could give to you at a reasonable price. So climbing kits, you've got 2 of those. You've got some grappling hooks and other such materials that should help you when heading towards the mountains. Your 2 Aarakocra charges you now have with you, one of which is named Kerr, have agreed to go along with you to show you the way to their base, the Eyrie, up in the mountains. They've also agreed to keep lookout for you on the road as well by periodically flying up into the sky and getting a better view on things as you made your way out of the town towards sunset. As you were heading across the hillside towards the mountains, it was then that as the sun was setting that one of the Aarakocra spotted some. It looked like one, but turned out it was 3 Manticores heading in your direction. And whilst 3 of you, the Oberyn, Brucon, and Malar have all... Sorry, not Malar. Malar has not hidden. Seth, Brucon, and Leoberin have all jumped into hiding. It has then been left to Malar and Fleeting Look to stand their ground to face the oncoming Manticores. And that is where we pick things up for today. So, as I said, Fleeting Look spotted and would have made Malar aware, because of the failing light, of these 3 Manticores heading in the direction of you two. Malar, was there anything you wanted to do in preparation? You've currently got your continuous flame up, I believe, your torch up.
That'll be in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna. I these things are what, as far as my perception is aware, they're a smudge or they're completely invisible.
Oh, what, the Manticores, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, more of a smudge. Like it's because it's more sunset, so it's dimly lit.
I will just I will ready a Toll the Dead for anything that.
Okay. All right, you do so. Fleeting Look stands with you as well. He momentarily looks back to his giant capybara steed, looking quite concerned, actually, as if the capybara spoke to him, but you definitely didn't hear anything, Malar. Interesting. Alongside the capybara is Horsey, or Reginald as he's otherwise known, Seth's horse, who's now carrying the barrel of water that you guys decided to take with you as a good provision to take with you on a long journey, lots of water. And you also see that the 2 Aarakocra have tried to hide themselves in and around, or are attempting to hide themselves around the horses at this stage. That's unprecedented. I rolled 2 natural 20s. I wasn't expecting that. So for a moment you see them and then they disappear, hiding behind the 2 mounts. But then you look back, Malar, and you, along with Fleeting, keeping your eyes peeled on these blips in the sky, these smudges in the sky. You see one fly ahead of the other 2. They're in quite a tight formation. They're heading straight towards the ground, not far from you, and with a thud of heavy paws, you see and hear all 3 of them land on the ground. The one at the front starts pacing over towards you with purpose. Seems to carry himself, despite being obviously a manticore and therefore with the body of a lion, reptilian wings, and a vaguely humanoid head. Seems to carry himself with quite a confident gait, the likes of which you wouldn't expect to see, apart from with a very proud house cat, perhaps. As he gets closer in the continuous flame torch you have in your hand, you can then see a bit clearer his features. You can see a large gash over one eye. He has 4 rows of jagged, sharp teeth. He has a red mane around his neck. It looks fairly well kept, not as mangy as you would expect a creature that's been travelling a long distance to have. And on his 2 front paws, one of them has looks like a copper band, a ring of some kind, across one of his fingers. And he grins,
Okay.
a very wide grin, looking at the 2 of you.
Is this a threatening stance? Is this a passive stance?
It's an intimidating stance for sure, but he doesn't appear to be looking to strike currently. In fact, he looks like he's going to parley with you a little bit.
Okay.
Can I cast Detect Fault from the bushes?
You can.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Sorry, from the rock, not bushes.
Yeah, from the rock. Of course you can.
The
Reminds
range
me.
is only 30 feet, so I can't. But you can use it to. So if someone's like anywhere in that range, I can sense fault. So basically, if someone else is coming up behind or anything.
Right, got you. Yep. So you're using the medallion, the necklace. You can once a day. Yeah, you get to detect thoughts. You don't need to do any verbal components or anything like that. You just activate it. And you said 30 feet is the radius.
You have to pick one person at a time, right?
What was that, Marshall?
I think you have to pick one target at a time. You can't just do like scan everyone. You've got to go like you, and now you, and now you.
No, so it can be used to scan the area, but for just latent thoughts. What's the word for it?
If he wants to probe deeper, I think he has to then select
You can use the
target.
spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast a spell, or as your action during the duration, you can search for faults within 30 feet of you.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, you can do that by all means. As you do this, you note that none of the creatures aside from Brucon are within your range. You hear Brucon's thoughts. Brucon, what are you thinking at this time when you've heard the Manticores land? Just your surface thoughts, nothing deep.
Brucon's surface thoughts are. I really wish I had another one of those potions of flying. That was so cool. Flying is amazing. I can't believe I spent years afraid of leaving the ground. Flying, it's like freedom. It's incredible. And it just goes on like a running sort of random gonzo trail of thought about just how great being more than 4 feet and a couple of inches off the ground is.
Which is quite something considering he had a bit of a fear of having both feet off the ground at once. So you've really turned a corner in that respect.
All I was.
But you note, Seth, that currently nobody else is within your range. That's the only person you can hear at this time. All right. So this lead Manticore grins at the two of you. A very wide Cheshire cat-like grin, except for full of, mangly sharp teeth, not perfect pearly whites.
Greetings. Let me introduce myself. I am Deacon Malar Shade Creek.
Where are the Aarakocra?
Now, and I'm not entirely sure that we should be making demands of each other. I have introduced myself. What is the nomenclature that you go by?
You prattle a lot, Elephant Man.
That's Loxodon.
Getting racial
I'm
already.
quite different.
Ah, one of those. Ha.
How might I address you, sir?
You may call me what you wish, but Ulysses is what I would otherwise go by.
Oh, well, greetings. It is true that I am indeed with my companion here, escorting some Aarakocra that managed to get themselves lost. And we are endeavoring to get them home. So they are in my steed, and I will keep them until they are delivered safe. I don't suppose you would be willing to help.
Oh, I was going to say persuasion, but I know that there is a duplicity in what you were saying. So let's make a deception check here.
Can I cast a message to Malar just to say, when you want us to attack, you use the code word,
That's the range of message is what, 60 feet, right?
60 feet.
Yeah, perfect. He's within range. You can do that.
120, right?
We're going deception, aren't
Oh,
we?
100. Well, it's 120. But fine. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Oh yeah.
You're definitely in range. Good. Okay. So yes, you do that.
Send a message to say, when you want us to attack.
And what do you get on your deception, Malar?
7.
That was you bashing away Seth's thoughts. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my lord. Okay, right. 7. The Manticore looks from you to Fleeting Look, standing next to you, the turquoise tiefling, who characteristically is pretty hard to read on how he feels in this current situation. Pretty blank-faced. Pupilless eyes doesn't help. He just the Manticore Ulysses looks to him. Your friend is a funny one. But I think we can take the Aarakocra from here. You have done a good job, but we need to take them back ourselves, and we travel a lot faster than you can.
I don't think, my friend. I have made certain promises that I would see the Aarakocra back to their roost, and until I personally deliver them to that point, I'm afraid I cannot dispense them to yourselves. Yes.
The pain on James's face.
Are you messaging again, Seth?
No, I'm waiting for the
Oh,
I've
right.
got O's and I got ums, but not
I
together.
see.
But not together.
Oh, I see. Ulysses regards you for a moment. There's a hint of incredulity about him. Not used to somebody not quaking in their boots, just looking at him. Is that so? We made a promise to the Aarakocra too. They were to perform the task we asked of them. If they did not, it would result in death.
There has been a renegotiation of terms with the Aarakocra, I'm afraid.
I fire!
All right. With that, I'll say because they're alert, you are in hiding, which will help Seth. But we'll get to that. Everyone, roll initiative, please. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone roll initiative. Okay. In case anyone else is listening, you at home as well, roll initiative. Here we go.
We know you're out there, Pavel. Roll.
Yeah.
Yes, roll, Pavel. Oh, my lord. That's not a good initiative. Okay. Okay, so... 1 second, let me just switch on the combat camera, which we've changed around our display for today. Hopefully to make it a little bit larger, a little bit clearer.
Pavel got a 16 on the die.
Thank you, Pavel. Thank you, Pavel, in the chat, getting your 16. Actually, I'm going to note that 16, because that may be useful. So, anyone get 20 or above?
21.
21? 21 for Seth. Anyone beat 21? No? Okay.
Are you feeling all right, Seth? Only a 21.
What?
It's quite low for you.
Yeah, you feeling all right? 20 to 15. Who's in that mix?
Brucon rolled literally 15.
17 for Leobrin.
Oh, God.
17. Anyone above 17?
Doesn't look like it.
17 for Leobrin. And sorry, I heard there was a Brucon in the mix there as well, right?
Yes, 15.
15.
Brucon.
Okay. Oh, have you rolled for Fleeting Look as well, Seth?
I have, it's just low.
Great. I just wanted to check. Okay. 15 to 10. Anyone?
I think somebody rolled 10, but I can't.
Yep,
say.
I've got that. I've got that one. Thank you. Thank you for that. We had a 16, of course, with Pavel. Thank you for that. So Fate Dice, 16. Yes, that's right. Fate Dice coming out today.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Excellent.
just to increase the craziness.
The map does all their strength and charisma scores.
So, 10 to 5.
9.
9 for Malar. What did Fleeting Look get?
3.
3. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
just watching all the chaos and anarchy unfold before him.
Sounds like in character.
That is pretty
It does.
pleasing.
It's true.
Brucon, Bart, can you just roll a d20 for me, please?
Yes.
What'd you get?
Hang on. I've got an 8.
So did I. Can you roll again?
I got a natural 20 the second time.
I got a 19, so well done you.
Ah!
All right. Thank you.
I don't know what I just did, and it alarms me. However well I
did a
it
thing.
was entirely down to Gambler.
Just casting a
Feel
bit
like
of
it
light
was-
there as a free action.
I feel like it was an initiative competition between
Could have been.
you and someone.
Yeah. Could have been me, between me and...
And other me. And Boots of Speed. The Boots of Speed has its own initiative because it's so quick. No, yeah.
it had to be, sorry, as soon
Who?
as you named the character Ulysses,
I did
theme
see you
tune
fist
to
pumping at the
Ulysses.
back when I said
the theme tune to Ulysses 31 was inevitable at that stage. There was no choice.
Fair. So, top of the round. Now, I mean, this fits perfectly because you were going to shoot out straight away. Seth, top of the order. Over to you.
Well, as I said, fire. I fire the crossbow bolters.
You may fire a crossbow bolt. Which one are you firing at?
The one closest to Mala.
Okay, that's Ulysses. Take a
I
shot.
have advantage, right?
You have
Because
advantage,
of
you're hidden,
and
yeah.
stuff. Cool.
Of course you do, Mr.
In my
Rogue.
brain, it didn't work just well just then because we were talking about elven accuracy. I just rolled all my dice for no reason. So I just rolled like a bunch of D20s, D12s. There's
That's not
a
how it
D4 in
works.
there. I don't. Yeah.
It
How
does
long
for
have you been
Seth.
doing this for?
Elven accuracy, it works like this. Roll any vaguely dice-shaped items near your...
Yeah, I
near
just
your current
had them
character.
all in my hand for some reason, and I rolled them all, and I sat there staring at them, going, "That's not quite right." Cool. The highest was a 19 on the roll.
19 hits, roll some damage.
Crossbow does D8. Three D6. Cool. Not terrible.
Pause while maths happens.
22.
22 points of damage. Nice. Sorry, frantically trying to find the fate dice sheet. Sorry, 20 did you say, or 22?
22.
22.
Thank you. 22 points of damage to Ulysses at the front there. You shoot him right in the cheek, and he turns and howls like ah, locking eyes on where that came from because you've kind of given yourself away over there. He goes,
Yeah.
ah, of course, there's a hidden one.
Is it possible to move towards other areas and take bonus action hide, or is there nowhere around that's coverable?
There are rocky outcroppings around. There is one which Brucon's currently hiding behind, which is within 30 feet of you.
No,
Brucon
no,
left.
I'm not going to screw up his plan.
You can certainly
if there's nowhere
hide.
else.
So, for instance, what you could do is, although they're going to know the area you're hiding in, you could duck behind this rock, hide, and then obviously move around whilst hidden if you do hide from them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
if I can do
you know,
that, that'd be
like
perfect.
a whack-a-mole kind of situation, I think. You could do that.
If I
You'd
can
have
do
to go
that, just
prone.
so I can... That's fine.
Okay. So if you want to, bonus action hide. If you move around the back there, make a
Cool.
stealth roll, please.
18.
18. All right. Obviously he's watching you go back here, so I'm just gonna roll a perception. No, that's enough. You duck behind, and you go prone on the ground. Now you can maneuver around a little bit more, just to kind of fool them, because
I I'd like to move away a little bit, not towards Brucon, but just a little bit further away.
Oh, as in back away from the rocks that you're kind of prone behind.
Brucon, I'm thinking, is the...
How far can I
away
move?
from
Is it
Brucon.
15 feet? Is it half movement now that I'm prone?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just move away from Brucon, but still like hidden and close
Still
enough
hugging the
that I can
rocks.
still get a shot off. Yes,
Yeah, sure. So what you can do is you can maneuver around to the other side of the rocky outcropping. You can just about do that.
Perfect.
That's great. Cool, that's your turn. Next up,
Yep.
Leoberin. So, Leoberin, where you're currently hidden, as I said last time, you've kind of gone in the middle of this cluster of rocks in a very tight sort of ring formation. It's very hard
to
for
get
other...
rocks background again. Hold on.
So it's very hard to see out of it without you're kind of crouched down inside the rocks. So you could stand up to then see out of it. Obviously that puts you on display doing so, but I would say if that's what you're looking to do, I would consider you hidden so you could have advantage on it.
I was going to say you have to pop out to fire a crossbow. I assume.
Exactly. So you've got a moment when you pop out to take action before you'll be spotted.
Yes. Well, in that case, those... How far away from each other are they? Like 10?
They are within about 10 feet of each other, yes. There's...
Okay. Well then...
Strap in, folks. It's time for some warlock bullshit.
I mean...
Rogue bullshit, and now...
Not epically. Remember, I'm still limited by the 2 spells situation. I will, however... note that because they are both within 10 feet of their leader, everyone was in a 10-foot radius sphere.
Exactly, yes,
so I'd like them all to make Constitution saving throws as I cast Shatter.
Okay, as you go to cast the spell, roll a d20, please.
Oh
no!
Dear. Oh wait, this is... Oh, yeah. I was going to say
sorry,
this is
man.
not the fate dice. This is the other thing. 15.
15, perfect. More than enough. So yes, you do notice when you go to cast the spell, it's more effort than you're expecting it to be. You really have to force of will. You feel like blood dripping from your nose a little bit as you cast the spell, almost a la Stranger Things. There's a bit of effort there. Constitution saves, you say?
Con saves DC 15 from all 3, please.
Okay, here we go.
Made
Oh.
a noise like a dolphin. It was amazing.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, that's my bottle.
I know, it was great. I don't apologise, it was brilliant. I wanted to do it every single time. Yeah.
Amazing. They all failed. DC 15.
Well, they're probably feeling lucky because I rolled 2 ones out of these 4 dice.
Okay.
So 4, 5, 6, 9. Yeah, that's 9 thunder damage to each of them because
Okay.
I rolled bad numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, unless they're perhaps made of inorganic material.
Unfortunately, very much organic material. You actually see is that as they recoil from the thunder damage, you now see the spiked tails fly up behind them, alert. Their fur starts standing on end. They're incensed by your attack, and yes, the 2 at the back look over to you, in and amongst the rocks there. Are you moving at all from your position?
Well, the rocks give me some cover,
Yep,
so
that's true.
no.
Okay, stay there. Good call.
I'd rather increase my AC by a bit and start running out into open terrain.
Seems fair enough. So, next on the initiative, your progress is being watched by in another plane altogether, another plane of existence. 8 beings crowd round, watching with fascination about this upcoming battle. And as they do so, one of the female who's towards the back of the group, without being noticed, swoops in, snaps up the 20-sided die, and rolls it across the ground while everyone's going, "No, no, 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 no!" All right.
We are all DK right now.
Tension.
Okay, so the fate dice is roll a d8 and have that number of fate dice options happen. So this really is opening Pandora's box. This could go absolutely sideways.
So good.
So help me God, this was Drake.
It was one of Drake's. Thank you, Drake.
I am.
Fuck you, Drake. Fuck you in the ear.
I only rolled a
That's
Well
1,
done, everyone.
though.
This has been so
A 1. You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1.
Boring. Boring.
So unfortunately, only one fate dice additional, happily. All right.
Is that 1 on top of whatever you roll? Or?
He rolls this again.
So the
and then
first
he rolls an
one
8.
was just decided I then have to roll a d8. So
The first
okay.
one was the multi-burn effect from Blurn's Ball in Futurama.
Wow. Okay, I need to keep that
Same
one in
again.
mind for what happens later.
The
I can't tell you what it is, but it's going to be great when it happens.
The party are fully healed.
The party levels up.
Yeah,
That one.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, I can't tell you what it is.
The party temporarily transcend time and space and become level 20 for an hour.
I put it this way: the one, what I will tell you is that the fate dice that has been rolled is one that I think Fleeting Look would particularly love.
Oh.
Which tells you probably nothing about it other than it's probably bad. Anyway, that's that.
Everybody turns into a dog and Seth kills
It
us.
probably involves collective nouns in some irritating fashion.
Moving back to the present, here and now, this current situation. Brucon, it's your turn.
Yeah. This is actually one of those ones where rolling lower would probably have been to Brucon's liking more. I think Brucon for the moment is just going to remain poised to act. So he'll ready an action. Can you ready a move and an action, or does it has to be?
Strictly rules as written, you can only ready an action. So you could ready a dash, which would be movement.
Yeah, it doesn't do that.
What was it you were trying to do? Just out of interest, because then I can home.
Well, no,
rule.
nothing really. He wants to attack and help his friends, but it's not an obvious. Like, he doesn't particularly want to just move one of Jenkins' way into a fist fight with 3 Manticores.
Right.
I think Brucon's move will be. Brucon's just going to dodge for now. He's going to bide his time and wait for a more opportune moment to strike.
I mean, you are currently hidden,
Yep.
if that helps. But yeah, you can, by all means, if that's what you want to do. If you want to just ready a dodge, if you want to dodge, that's fine.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So you're, ducked behind the rocks, but you are ready, poised.
Yeah.
You feel your muscles tense as you're ready to spring into action when you need to. But maybe not right this second, is probably wise. Next up.
I'm going to do something later.
I'm doing something, but just not yet. Okay. Next up. At the front, Ulysses. Taking an arrow, and he's been hit by magic. And he's facing down against the two of you at the front there. He growls as he tries to make his decision. All right. Fixes his eyes upon Malar. You have a lot of flesh. I shall enjoy eating you. And eating you first. Moves up to you and Fleeting, so he's in melee with you guys now. And he has 3 attacks, so he's going to slash at you with his claws, first of all. Oh, wow. Okay. Does a 19 hit, Malar?
Yes.
I rolled 2 19s, so both claws hit you. You take, from the 2 claws, as they pierce your flesh, you take 15 points of slashing damage from those 2. And now that his claws are in, the hooks are in, he goes for the jugular as he goes to bite you with his impressive maw. However, only rolled an 8. So you manage to keep the jaws at bay. Your survival instincts kick in, and you think, nope, not today, thank you, and raise your shield, blocking his path. That's his turn. Next up, we'll come to that next round. So over to you, Malar. You're next in the initiative.
I might have a lot of flesh, but you may choke on it. Bonus action, I'm going to dump out a...
Excellent quip there, thank you.
Yes. I'm going to dump out a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Just to the Malar's right of Ulysses. And that is going to be... Attack with that. That's going to be in excess of 20 to hit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that hits.
So that is going to be...
Spiritual weapon, there he is.
Ooh, that's going to be 12 points of force damage.
12 points of force damage, very nice.
And then for my action, because that was a bonus action.
Yes, spiritual weapon.
I'm going to throw a Toll the Dead at this douchebag, so give me a wisdom saving throw DC 15.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom throw DC 15 coming up. 12 is a fail.
Okay. Give me those D12.
Oh, 2d12 Toll the Dead. You hear the bell of Declan ring out to everyone in the field. You see shakes and quivers.
That is 12 points of necrotic.
Nice! 12 points of necrotic damage. Oh, he's looking battered. And not
then,
best pleased.
And then just at volume, just shouting it. Oh,
amazing. You have killed Seth. Amazing. Yes, you've done the signal. All right. Next in the order, his two compatriots at the back there, the two Manticores, rise up into the air. Beats their heavy, scaly wings. They fly up to about... Well, they'll do their full flight, so they'll get 50 feet in the air. And Leobrin, you can see from their more elevated position, they can see you a bit clearer, as well as everything else on the field. And their spiked tails suddenly go taut before they shake violently and start throwing down their spikes. They have 100-foot range, so they can go for anyone they like. And given the situation, yeah, they're going for Leobrin. You have half cover from here with your... it would have been 3/4 if they're on the ground. From here, half cover. They have 3 attacks, so 6. Well, 3 of them are going your way. One of them is definitely
they're aiming to hit a 16. I've already included the cover.
16 to hit, you say. Okay, from the first one, 1 spike hits. You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, God.
That brings you down to 4, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, why does everyone memorize my health? It's so weird.
I mean, it's quite easy to remember.
It's not difficult.
No one else is memorizing anyone else's health.
The other one, however, is keeping an eye out, aware that there was one hidden to its flank that was firing out a crossbow bolt. So they're going to search for their action rather than attacking. So they're keeping an eye on this side of the field, see what's going on there, and they are ready to act if anything happens over there. Not that you know that. Finally, it's over to Fleeting Look.
Cool. How's the one in front of him look?
It's taken a few hits, but this is the biggest and strongest of the 3 Manticores. Clearly the leader of the group.
Cool. Fleeting's he's pretty casual. He doesn't realise there's a danger, so he's sort of just walking towards it. Hammer's just very casually swinging, and he's gonna just go to hit it with the hammer, like swing and hit upwards. with a divine smite if it hits.
Goes for the uppercut.
What is his hit? That's 5. Ooh, 17.
17 does hit, yes.
Storm.
I love that noise. Oh my god.
I wasn't fully fleeting prepared. D10, and he's going to put on a divine smite level 2.
Yep. Cool. I don't think I've ever seen Dan use a smite. He really needs to use his smites. AK the official
21 points of damage from that.
21 points of damage. Very nice. A mighty hit with the uppercut with the warhammer with Fair's Storm cracks the jaw of Ulysses. So he spits out some blood and a couple of his hundreds of teeth onto the ground.
And then from the tree, he's now gonna hit the hammer down for the second attack.
Oh yeah, so now trying to bop him on the head for the second attack. Okay.
Yep. 15.
15 unfortunately misses.
Ah, damn.
And you see as he Fleeting Look would see as he swings the hammer. Actually, no, Fleeting Look has a minus perception. He would not spot anything out of the ordinary as he swings. So, yep, spoilers. He takes a swing and a miss. All right. Okay, so back to the top of the round. It's over to Seth. Currently hidden.
Cool. I'm going to attempt to fire at the one that's in front of... No, I'm going to attempt to fire one in the air, the one that's fired at Leo.
Yep, alright. Make an attack roll. With advantage because you're hidden. Yep.
Another 19 on the roll.
19 will hit.
My bag. Uh, 21 damage.
21 damage. Very nice with the sneak attack. That one.
That one was firing at Leo, who's nowhere near the rest of us, is he?
Yeah, Leo's about 30 feet across the board from Malar. He's in difficult terrain, surrounded by the rocks, but yeah, he's quite far from you for sure. Also, when you poke your head out to take the shot, the other Manticore, who has been waiting for you to appear, then throws one of his spikes at you, but unfortunately 11 will miss. So it just lands on the ground next to you, like with a thud. It's a very large spiked tail.
I'm not going to go back and hide. I'm going to step out and going to cock another crossbow, and I'm going to point at the other one, and just the one that fired at me, and be like, "Come down and fight me like your friend."
Come down and fight me like a man, Tickle.
Ah, yes, this is the other side of being a swashbuckler, is trying to compel people to fight you.
I was actually trying to hope so that they wouldn't fire at Leo again.
Okay.
Give me
Or the fact that our healers are the only two that are visible.
Yeah.
I'll say you can make a performance check for this, because you're putting on quite a show. Hopefully.
I am not proficient. 16.
16. So the one that fired one of those javelin-sized spikes at you, well, maybe just a bit smaller than a javelin, looks down at you. No thanks. I'll kill you from up here, thank you.
No, I'm just going to flip him off.
Okie dokie. Next up, Leo Bryn.
Unmute my mic. Which one?
Now, I will mention now. I mean, I appreciate that this for Leobrin this is meta knowledge, but Bruton has a plan for making Leobrin a bit less vulnerable to hideous death. Based on providing you with some really, really good cover.
I mean, Leo is not bothered. Leo is trying to take down these Manticores. The one that is meleeing with allies is probably the one to take out, because that's the one that we've taken most hits. Firing off some Eldritch Blasts.
Sure. Who are you hitting with your blast, or attempting to hit?
I guess it's Ulysses, the floor one.
Yeah, Ulysses, go for it.
Yeah. One is a 20 unnatural. One is a 19 unnatural.
Oh wow, both hit.
Yo. 12 and 6. So 18
damage. Very nice.
Blast.
Flinches a bit.
Actual spells, apparently.
Staggers. He's that was a hard hit. He's now kind of got mangy, bleeding fur on one side of his on his flank, his left flank. Snarls again at the two in front of him.
Nah, I underestimated you. This will be quite a fight.
Leobrin, are you moving at all from your location?
No, I've got my little turret base.
Get your little turret.
Yeah. They only hit me once. Oh, they got lucky.
Okie dokie. Brucon, you're next.
Yes. Could you pan the camera down ever so slightly, please, Jack?
I can.
Cool. And where are the Arakocra? Are they on the other side of the...
They're behind the horses.
Yeah, cool. Okay. And Leobrin's distance from the horses, it looks like about 20 feet or so?
Yeah, he's got it's difficult terrain, but yeah, about 25 feet.
Cool. Okay. Brucon is going to pull out the ever-smoking bottle. He is going to move towards Ulysses. He's going to sprint towards Ulysses. As he goes, he wants to uncork the ever-smoking bottle and chuck it a short distance to his right to basically land, let's say, in front of Horsey.
Okay. Now, I don't think the ever-smoking bottle... Does it say on the stats for it how far you can throw it? Because if not, I would probably say 20-foot, 60-foot long range.
Yeah, that's... yeah, cool. No, it doesn't say anything about the throw.
I think it's more you could just uncork it on the spot sort of thing. So, yeah, for this, just make an attack roll. You wouldn't have proficiency with throwing bottles. It's more of an improvised weapon, but you can add your dex to it.
Cool.
He's proficient with it when he's drunk.
19 is
Yep, fine.
result.
You can so you can do that to this point right here. So it's just in front of the capybara rather than the horsey.
But if Brucon, like, he can take, because he's got 40 feet of movement.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him to take a like a kind of a
take a detour,
an inverted C-shaped route in order to get, because I want to make I want Leobrin to be within the 30 foot.
Yeah, sure. So you can drop. Yeah, okay. In which case, you can make that detour, drop it directly in front of Horsey. That's fine. You can chuck it there. That uses 25 feet of your movement, and then you've got 40 foot of movement. Is that right? Or is it 40? Or no, 45, 40?
40 feet.
40. Yeah. 25, 30, 40. Sorry, 30, 35, 40. There you go. So you're 10 feet. Well, you're 5 feet away. You're 10 feet away, but if you move 5 feet, you'll be in melee with Ulysses. You drop the bottle down. Oh, I'll grab the mat for that. Hang on.
Smoke ball.
Because
now I can't see.
It's coming down.
You're at the edge, so you ought to be able to kind of like duck out and then pew and then jump back in.
So now, smoke in that area.
As long as I can find my way out.
Leobrin is right on the edge of the smoke-covered area.
Yeah.
Capybara and Horsey are in there.
If Brucon has the speed to do it, he would like to also be in. He would like to wind up in melee range of the.
So with 40 feet, that's as you get within 10 feet. So you are a little. Okay. So you're not quite there with your normal movement.
Does Brucon have anything left in the tank to make an attack of a ranged variety? Like, has he used up everything that would allow him to make a ranged attack?
Yes, unless you were no, because it's an action to throw it. So yeah, you only got a bonus action left because your action was to throw the bottle.
Okay. I think that would probably be.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing would be using one of your key points to bonus action something.
Yeah, which isn't a bad idea.
Which would, in this situation, is going to be patient defense or step of the wind, I guess, depending on what you want to do.
The action would still be to
throwing the bottle, yeah.
So step of the wind wouldn't get any additional attacks. I've got keep. I'm well stocked. No, he's not going to do anything. That's it. That's Brucon's turn. Brucon ends his round sprinting towards Ulysses.
Okay, yeah, just charging in. Oh, yeah, sounds epic. Next up is Ulysses. Taking a couple of hits, he sees that his two comrades have now taken to the sky, and he agrees that that's a good idea. He's going to disengage as his action, but then he's going to fly. He's going to fly low. So he's only about 5 feet in the air, but he's going to fly.
Opportunity.
Because he uses action to disengage, unfortunately, unless... Yeah, I don't think any of you have the feat for that. So he's turning his tail and flying off back from most of from away from the fray. Meanwhile, because next on the initiative, let's introduce our guest for tonight. It's Angelique. Good evening. Our second ever guest on the stream. Hello, Angelique. How you doing?
Hello. How is everyone?
Hello.
Hello, Angelique.
Do you need me to save your butts?
We're fine.
The guy's running
but
away.
Sure.
We're good. You can help.
So
I think Seth needs a hand.
So, Brina,
Yeah.
you have used the hatch to get the tunnel leading up from Swerfhaven, heading up to the surface. You have only ventured in this direction once before, but you are familiar with how it works. You know that the cluster of rocks above you conceals the entrance to Swerfhaven, with the ingenious gnomish hinged door to open it, which can only be seen from the inside, or the grooves on the outside. It would take a very perceptive, very intelligent person to work out is there. But as you start crawling up to the surface, as you have supposedly prophesized you were meant to do,
Yep.
you can hear through the rock. You can hear cracks of arcane energy. You can. There's a sound very close, a resonance of somebody is moving around. Sounds like they're really close to the entrance, like basically on top of the entrance. Some kind of creature. There's a sound of. It sounds like battle. It sounds there's something clearly violent is taking place above the surface. You're quite close to the hatch. You're maybe 10 feet away. What would you like to do?
Would have sounded quite violent with a shatter having gone off, among other things.
Oh, yeah, that you definitely heard.
Yeah.
As you're making your way up.
Brina is terrified, but she is also insatiably curious, so she wants to know what's going on. She is probably going to make use of the fact that it's rocky terrain and try to stealthily move, since she gets advantage on hiding checks in rocky terrain.
Mm-hmm.
And try to, as stealthily as possible, move closer to see what's actually going on.
Cool. So make a stealth check, please.
Yep. Which is awesome with my -1. Oh, natural 20.
Oh my God! Welcome to the game.
Good. And an 11.
Your literal first.
It really was. I did get advantage, so that made it a bit easier, but still. -1, so 19.
19. So this actually makes Angelique the anti-martyr because her first ever role in the campaign was a 1.
Was that a 1?
It was a natural 1. So amazing. Yeah, Martyr, come back soon when you're available. Obviously.
Yep,
anyway.
let's cancel each other
that
out.
was to not get peed on.
Yeah, don't get peed on.
roll 1 to get peed on.
She got peed on by a dwarf, and that's how she met Brucon. Weirdly, wasn't Brucon doing that?
I want to be clear. Brucon is not the dwarf who peed on her.
No, that was a familial relation.
Okay.
Affiliated, but loosely.
Okay, so with a 19, that's going to beat Leobryn's passive perception, I'm sure. So he's not going to know that you're crawling up there. I would say, considering that I've kind of taken you out of sequence, you can also do a perception check now to listen out to see, because you can't really see without opening the door, and that gives away where you are. So I think you could be more reliant on hearing, maybe smell, but Leobryn, maybe smell actually with Leobryn. In a good way, Marshall, in a good way. Leobryn's very clean.
Oh, that's not so good. Perfect. That's 5, so I hear nothing.
Yeah, with a 5, only the stuff I've already told you, that the sounds of commotion above, and it sounds like there was one creature very close to the entrance, possibly climbing around the rocks, the rock formation at the top.
I see.
Yeah.
Right there. Okay, I'm going to quietly climb out.
Okay.
But try and stay hidden as much as I can.
Well, you've already rolled a 19, so
yes.
we'll use that. Okay, so you're going to try and open the door. As you go to open the door, you hit something, and you hear Leobryn, because Leobryn, you get hit in the back by a rock after taking a javelin-sized spike in your shoulder. You then get hit by a rock from behind you. A very large rock in your back.
Damage.
They're firing. Yeah, how much damage is this?
The rock doesn't do any damage. It's just it hardly moves. He just taps you on the back. Whoa! It more surprises you than anything.
Yeah, launched rocks are my enemy.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, it's back. Or is this the boggle returning?
Sideways now.
You got hit by ceiling once, didn't you? So now you're getting hit by floor?
Many times.
At least twice now.
One.
And this time it's the floor.
Now it's the floor.
About the killer tire, like random pieces of scenery. Following people around trying to.
Leobryn has been knocked unconscious by ceilings twice, 3 times, 4, 3.
It's quite impressive, but yes,
at least 3
times. It's at least 2 or 3 times. It's quite a record. Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, yes. So Leobryn, you get hit in the back. Not hard, but it just like as if somebody's opened a door onto you. But it's obviously a heavy piece of stonework.
Yeah, I'm also in a cloud of fog, so I can't see anything.
Yeah, you can't see, and you've just been hit in the back by some rock. You know, ah! It feels like a massive slab of rock, maybe 3-4 feet high.
The Manticores can see in the fog.
All right. Brina, you would hear that when you open the door.
I would. Okay.
You can't open the door fully because there's something blocking you, blocking opening the door.
Okay. Excuse me. Can I get out, please?
Yes. Pardon me very much. Sorry. Appear to be on your doorstep. There are Manticores.
What? What are those? Oh.
I would show you. I would show you, but we're currently in a cloud of smoke.
Yeah. When you open it, you notice the smoke starts pouring into the tunnel as well.
Oh no!
Suddenly, you can't really see who you're talking to either, and
your
instinctively start coughing.
Your voice appears to be coming from below my head. Could I assume that you are a halfling, a gnome?
That is as much conversation as you guys can get for now.
Yeah.
Over to Malar, you're next. You're just outside of the smoke.
Okay. So, a few things. Number 1, the spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
I'd like to basically send that up as close to one of the got 20 foot of movement, so
20
as close to one of the flying. Yeah, as close to
Okay.
one of the flying guys as I can get it. Probably won't.
So
attack,
it will still be just under 30 feet away. But yeah, you can do that.
How high did they go up?
50 feet.
Oh bloody hell! That's fine.
50 foot fly speed.
Let's. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Fine. Have
Still one in front of
Malar.
him, isn't there?
Nope. No, he's run away. Well, he's trying to
Did
run
he?
away.
No.
He's done a
Yeah,
low glide away.
Oh, I missed that
Malar-
entirely.
Malar will move towards Ulysses 30 foot.
Yep.
And he'll dump out a Toll the Dead. So.
Yeah, he's within range for
wisdom
that.
saving
Go.
throw.
Yeah, wisdom save. Ooh, no. 9 fail.
Sweet.
I love that when you said that, you were saying Ulysses 30 feet, which is presumably the prequel series to Ulysses 31.
I was going to say Ulysses the Third, but yes.
That's
how
going
did
to
you
be
get?
18 points of necrotic damage.
Oh wow, 18 points. Frickin' hell, guys.
D12s,
Yeah.
2 of them, lovely.
The bell tolls again. And you see, it's like if you imagine in a dogfight when one of the planes sustains a hit, one of its engine blows, and it kind of it lurches a little bit from the impact, but he still maintains his glide, determined to put some distance between you lot. That's your turn. So next up is over to it's the Manticores above you. First one. Who was facing down Seth, is going to reply in kind, Seth, by throwing 3 spikes your way. Oh my god. These are some rolls. The lowest I rolled would have been 21 to hit.
Ah, miss. Please.
Please? So 3,
archery.
you are impaled by 3 of these spikes.
Check me maths.
You take. Okay, maths. 25 points of piercing damage. And
Can you do it one at a time? Because I've got my uncanny dodge.
oh, sure. Okay, so the first one would have. The highest one was the first one was 11 points of damage.
I would probably uncanny dodge that.
Sure. So that brings that down to 5. The other 2, I think it was a 6 and a 2, if my maths is right here. Okay, so I told you the total, didn't I? Which was 25. So was subtract from that 6. So you sustain 19 altogether with the uncanny dodge used. There we go. Simple.
Okay, thank you.
Maths, yeah. 1-0 to maths. All right.
Sorry, uncanny dodge works on 1 attack.
Yeah. I will remember that in future because, of course, yes, rogue, uncanny dodge, of course. I also need you to roll a d20, please, Seth.
Okay. 17.
17's fine. You're good. It is a mighty hit, but fortunately no vital organs or anything else were pierced by those spikes. You're okay. The other one... now seeing Malar charging towards Ulysses, his leader, is now going to swoop on down. And he's going to attempt to grapple Malar. So, can you make an athletics check to try and escape being grappled?
Well, I've got 13.
Yep, I rolled a 2 on the dice, so 5. So, yep, you fend him off. The first claw. Second claw, he goes to try and grapple you again. Natural 1, he's going to completely fail that time. Finally, then, he will attempt to bite you. Because he's very angry at this point. And 13 to hit. Nada. No, you repel him very well. Very agilely. Very nimbly. But he is right in your space currently. He's between you and Ulysses currently. Okay. That's their turn. Over to Fleeting Look.
how far is Ulysses away?
He is approximately 45 feet.
45 feet. Okay.
Go on, Fleeting.
How does he look?
He looks battered. He looks bloodied.
He looks like he's running away, which I'm guessing he's not doing because he's winning the fight super well.
Yeah, and unless it's a tactical retreat, but these Manticores are pretty easy to read. They're not the most intelligent creatures.
Cool. Fleeting is gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay, yeah.
And he is going to throw his hammer at him.
So I'm assuming he's going to move 30 feet first. Yeah.
Oh, can I move close to him without getting an opportunity attack from the Manticore?
Yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3.
The Manticore that was in combat is the one that's now running away, in which Fleeting is now facing.
There's now one facing down Malar who's 30 feet away. So yeah, you can run up to parallel with Malar. Or actually, if you don't want him to be in melee, he could go keep a 5 feet gap between him and Malar.
No, he's fine in melee. I just thought he was next to it. So how far is Ulysses away now?
25 feet.
20.
James, if he's throwing a weapon, he wants to be out of melee.
Yeah. Because he can take.
No, I'm sorry. Is Ulysses...
No, he takes disadvantage. Sorry for that.
So the thing that James is missing, because he hasn't got the visual here, that is worth explaining, is that one of the flying Manticores has now dropped down to between where Fleeting and Malar were and where Ulysses has fled to.
Yeah.
I just want to get as close to Ulysses as possible and throw a hammer at him.
So I will keep you out of melee, but that's fine. So it's, as I said, because he's a large creature and that's quite annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he is 25 feet from you. So with the hammer, throwing the hammer, that's... is he throwing the hammer or is he throwing a javelin?
Throwing a hammer first.
Okay, so it's disadvantage because that's long range for the hammer, because it's only 20 to 60, isn't it?
That's fine.
You want me to put the hammer down? Huh!
Can he throw it two-handed, or is it...
Only one-handed. It's specified he can only throw it one-handed, unfortunately.
Like so I haven't read it.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. It's not your character, so...
Fuck yeah. 17 and 18 on the roll.
Fantastic. That'll hit.
So that's D8. Oh, and the Hunter's Mark. 10 damage.
And the Hunter's Mark. Okay, great.
And then I'm going to draw a javelin out and throw that.
Sure. Make an attack roll. No, just a normal roll this time within 30 feet, so you're good.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, boy. All right. Roll.
So that's
double the damage.
4d6. $19 damage.
Oh, buddy. Fantastic stuff. 19 points of damage. Oh, he is so beaten up at this point. Okay. And you see the javelin pierces. It goes right through his gut, from one side to the other. Somehow he's still maintaining flight, but the walking wounded, he's not in a great place at all, with a javelin literally sticking through him. And hear this a blood-curdling cry, or roar from him, and more blood spurts across the ground, the very dark red splatters the grassland here. He is still up, just about. But that was an excellent hit.
I felt like that was too much good stuff for Fleeting, so Fleeting needs to do something Fleeting, so he's going to wave it and go, bye, come back soon.
Thank you. All right, over to Seth.
Cool. How close am I to anyone on the ground? Like Fleeting in the group?
Fleeting is the closest to you. He is 35 feet from you.
Cool.
And then there's a Manticore a bit further away than that, not Ulysses.
How far away is Ulysses from me?
40.
Cool. I'm going to fire the crossbow at him.
All right. Yes. You can sense the kill. Just a straight roll this time.
Yeah. I can't add anything to it to get advantage. Nope. 21.
21 hits. Roll some damage.
Finish him.
I can't add anything to get sneak attack. 11 damage.
Describe to us how you slay Ulysses.
Cool. The one that just shot me, I'm just gonna look him in the eyes while I fire down his friend.
If you'd like to do that, you'll have disadvantage on the. No, I'm just. No, it's fine. I'll let that happen. But I'll say you aim.
And then after that.
Then look up. Yep.
Yep. And then after that, I'm gonna go and hide behind Fleeting.
I mean, you're not a halfling, so I don't think this will work. But you can certainly be up in his space.
I want to be next to the healers.
You are next to Fleeting. Yes, you are. And you just hear, and you run over as you hear Ulysses.
Mortals got me!
Crashes into the ground. Yeah. A horrific mess of broken bones.
I like the way Jack corrected James there when James said, I'm going to go stand next to the healers, and Jack goes, you go stand next to Fleeting. Level 5 paladin that has never used lay on hands.
If Fleeting Look had friends, he would be using it religiously on Seth. That's the impression I get. All right. Quite a turn. Next up is Barukon.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Leobrin. Apologies. Sorry, Barukon, you're after Leobrin. Sorry, Leo. Nearly missed you there in the smoke.
Oh dear.
I was unsure, but I lost track.
Yes. Yes. That was something else. Thank you for the comments, Angelique.
You're welcome.
Well, currently is chatting in a cloud with a new friend. We should probably get to know each other, but I think we have to kill some Manticores. So if I can just, how do I get out of this cloud? Just try and find a direction to get out of the cloud.
I'll say for this, you can either make a perception or survival check with disadvantage. Try and work your way out.
They are the same. 13.
All right, with a 13, you stumble around for a bit. It's difficult terrain through the rocks, but I'll say with your movement for this round, you can work your way out of the rocks and out of the smoke. To the
Bye.
Oh. Well, we appear to be short a Manticore, so that's a plus. Maybe they turned into a cloud of smoke.
After the cacophony of screaming and crashing.
Yeah. Whichever of these two Manticore looks like the most threat to allies, so I guess the one engaged with
on the sky.
Yeah, that would be the immediate threat, sure.
Yeah.
You're the one that I pissed off.
Nah. The one that's threatening.
I wrote threats I can't check.
The one that's threatening good friend Malar. I don't know what Seth's talking about.
Shit.
That's an 18 and a 24.
They'll both hit.
That is 14 and 12.
So 26.
26.
That is not to be sniffed
damage to the one that is Malar engaged.
It looks bloody again, similar to with Ulysses. You smash this arcane energy, eldritch blast into his side. There are two now scalded, burnt even patches on his mangy fur. Now sort of blood starts seeping out of them, but he's still up and as angry as before, if not more so. no bonus action? Or
No, I am a warlock.
Just to check. It's all about the short rests and the actions. That's fine.
Calling into the cloud. If you want to perhaps assist us in fighting Manticores, I don't know if you're combat inclined, but follow the sound of my voice.
Okay.
Okay. Brucon, you're next.
Splendid. Right. How far away is the Manticore that Malar and Fleeting's bestest friend currently tangling with?
There's a few diagonals involved here, so 25, 30, 40. Oh, hang on.
If it's more than 40, that's the...
I'll try and work it out for 40. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35. Oh, just with 40 you can get him.
Can I? Oh, that's standing.
And go into the space where Fleeting was going to go before deciding to do range stuff, so we moved him across.
Okay, well, we'll start. Let's start at the beginning, which, as we all know, is a pretty good place to start on the whole. So Brucon's going to make 2 attacks. And those are 17 and a 14. So I'm guessing one of those is a hit.
17 hits, 14... Actually, 14 hits as well. That's their armor class. So 2 hits.
Okay. I think we had a 15 earlier that didn't hit, but I guess Ulysses...
That was Ulysses. Yeah, he's tankier.
Cool. Okay.
Was
so 2
tankier.
things are going to happen right now. First is Brucon is going to deal maths 13 points of magical melee damage.
Okay, that is enough for that one. Describe how you slay the beast.
Sure, you can. Brucon runs in, does the twisting dragon uppercut from Street Fighter. He like imagine a tiny bearded Ryu just going, sure you can, as he emerges from the depths.
Uppercut, yes.
Yeah.
Pow, pow, pow. Down he goes. Up Brucon goes, and down the Manticore goes as the 4-foot dwarf slays the 10-foot mythical creature.
Just chins it in the face.
Crack. Break. With that, you just hear a sickening crack, and notice that the jaw has now moved to one side of its face with the force of your punch, dislocated it, and it just crumples to the ground. Its eyes lifeless.
Cool. Brucon looks at the other members of the party, then looks up at the Manticore above him and goes, anybody able to give me a lift?
All right. I think that's your turn, right?
Brucon's turn, yeah. I had a whole bunch of actions.
Don't know if anyone wants to respond to that.
Stacked up.
I'd say Fleeting Look would immediately put his hands together and offer a boost up.
Okay, a boost.
Malar would sort of gesticulate the same.
Okay. Next up is Brina.
All right.
Brina, the teenage gnome. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what she is. Based on what Leoborn just said to her, can she follow his voice and find her way out, or?
Yeah. Also, so it'll be. I'll say for this, perception or survival, your choice. No disadvantage though, because Leobrin's helping you.
Cool. That's not a great roll. What do I get? New character, guys.
You don't know your character inside out on the first session? What is this madness?
12.
Yeah, I'll say with a 12. With your movement, despite your more diminutive frame, you can clamber out from the rocks.
Yep.
And yeah, you emerge next to Leobrin. And Leobrin, you can now see this character you've been conversing with. Angelique, could you describe Brina for us, please?
Yes, she is a little tiny gnome living in the Underdark, so a deep gnome. She's all grey. She has grey skin, dark grey hair, very light grey eyes, almost white. But tiny, friendly-natured face, chubby cheeks, red nose, reddish nose, as much as you can get that with a grey skin. And she is wearing cream-colored robes. and she is clutching a quarterstaff in one hand and a gnarled-looking wand in the other. And she is going to, as she's clambering out of the rocks, she's going to fall flat on her face.
Okay, voluntarily. All right, I love it. Damn.
Dex -1, that's not happening. She is totally going to fall down on her face, and she's going to go, oops, okay, and then she looks up and she sees the huge monster above her head, and what is that? And she's going to fire a ray of frost at it.
While still on the ground. Ah!
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, pretty much. 60 feet. Do I make that?
60 feet. Oh, that could be close.
If not, then it's going to be chromatical bug, I suppose.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, yeah, you can get him. Just about.
Okay. Cool. So ray of frost at that. Let's see how we do. 15 to hit.
15 hits. AC of 14 for the Manticore. So yeah, you got him.
Good stuff. And that's a D8, isn't it?
Yep. The 2d8 because it's ray of frost.
Oh,
right? That's a cantrip.
Horrific roll. 3 total. 2 and 1.
Oh no!
3 points of damage. It all counts.
I got all the good luck out with that first natural 20. That's it.
So those of you on the ground looking up at this Manticore high above you, then see a streak of icy white blue powder fly out. It looks harmless at first, apart from the velocity it's going. It strikes the Manticore. The Manticore hardly flinches, but it did hit it.
And it is slowed now.
Yes, its movement slowed by 10 feet. Is that
10
right?
feet. Yep.
Very good. That's actually much better than. That's the much better part of that cantrip. Nice.
Yeah,
for this situation in particular. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Next up is Malar.
Let's start by moving that spiritual weapon towards this last Manticore.
Okay, it rises up and moves across, so now it can move 20 feet, can't it? So it will get 40 feet up, and it's now 10 feet below it.
I would like Malar to move directly beneath said Manticore.
Okay.
We don't do this often, so I'll let you figure out the mechanics and minutiae of what I can and can't do. But I'll try and take off my shield, and then put my hands together to make the G up motion, and I'll say out loud, Mr. Fleeting, that hammer looks awfully useful right about now. Mr. Brucon, I'm ready when you are. And I would like, if I have the ability to do so, I'd like to hold Hoik Brucon in the air if he so desires.
I would say for this then, because so removing your shield would be an action, but I'll say you can be ready. You can get it off in time to there. Actually, no. You know what? You can use your action. You can keep your shield strapped to you, but you could use the shield in part to try and catapult him up.
We've seen Avengers do the routine from the end of the first Avengers.
It'd be more like a scooping kind of action, so you can swoop him up.
Yeah,
we'll do that. So keep your shield on for now.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good. All right. So you're primed, ready to go. It is now the Manticore's turn. And funnily enough, it is going to try and get the heck out of there because it's very much outnumbered at this point. So it's been slowed 10 feet, so it's got a fly speed of 40 feet. So it's going to dash, so it can get 80 feet. So it's probably don't need the map up for this now. It's probably more theatre of the mind because first of all, he's gone off the map. Secondly, that's going to get confusing. So give 2 seconds. Let me switch back to me. So we'll still be in combat, but let's just go theatre of the mind for this last bit, so we can all be like James. So it flies 80 feet away. So it's still 50 feet in the air, but it's now moved 80 feet across, and it's heading towards the mountains. So so it's currently just under 80 feet for Malar well, for the cluster of you there, it's 75 feet away from you currently. Next up is Fleeting.
Cool. Let me. Not the best at range. Okay, so he's 80 feet away from Fleeting.
75 feet from Fleeting, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so javelin can hit it. Sorry, I don't know all this stuff.
Yeah, no problem. You're only the substitute teacher. It's fine. Don't put pressure on yourself.
Cool. Fleeting is going to. Oh, what's the range on Hunter's Mark?
On what? Sorry.
Hunter's Mark.
What's the range on Hunter's Mark?
I think it's 90 feet if memory serves.
90 feet. So bonus action. He's going to move his Hunter's Mark onto him.
Yep.
And then he's going to draw a javelin and throw it.
Okay. So yeah, this will be with disadvantage, long range, but yep.
Yep.
And it was 90 feet. Great memory for Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
You can tell I've played Rangers a couple of times, can't you?
Cool. That's 14.
Is their armor class? It hits.
Cool. I love this strength modifier, +1.
It's hilarious, isn't it? As I've said, like every time, Dan's paladin build, Dan's version of a paladin is just amazing to me. It's so great.
That's 6 total damage.
6 damage. Lodges a javelin in, definitely connects, and the Manticore, after the initial impact, swings its mighty tail and snaps the javelin, and most of it tumbles to the ground as it continues its flight.
He can't draw another weapon. He can't draw another javelin. That's 2 free actions. He can't bonus action Fair Storm back to him. But how far is the hammer away from him?
It's 25 feet from him, unless of course he's moved.
He'll go over towards it.
Yeah.
Then he'll go over towards the hammer.
Cool. Yeah.
He can't
he's
pick
now
it up
next
this
to the
turn,
hammer.
but he will pick it up.
He can't. Oh yeah, because he's bonus action Hunter's Mark. Fair enough. Yep.
Cool. That's it for Fleeting.
Okay. Over to Seth. One after the other,
Seth
quick succession.
Is going to follow Fleeting because he's seen him eventually, maybe. If he ever
And they've
wants
both
to.
got almost matching hats, so they're tricorn hats, so they've got to be near each
Friend
other.
hats.
Since it's going away from us, like, I don't know if that counts with like broken eye contact and hiding from.
You won't have disadvantage. You won't have advantage because it knows it's being attacked. It knows you have ranged weapons, so it's prepared for. Yeah, so it's just a normal roll, no advantage.
I just didn't know how hiding would work with it.
Oh. I think hiding will be. I think hiding will be difficult because it's expecting to be attacked.
They're always in combat expecting to be attacked,
Yeah.
but wouldn't I need to beat its passive perception?
So I'll say for this, as before, it'd be more active perception as it's keeping an eye out as it's fleeing. So you can try to hide, but it'll be a contested roll.
Yeah, can I bonus action hide then?
Sure. Yeah.
29.
Well, that's going to be a 15. So yeah. Ridiculous stealth scores. I forget. All right, go for it.
Yeah, I threw one of my D20 down the side. Just need to get another one. Highest was an 18.
18 would hit. Yep.
The best. Uh, 19 damage.
19 points of damage. Very nice. Definitely connects. It's looking. It looks a bit bloodied from that crossbow bolt as it pierces into its more soft underbelly. That was a good hit. It's still up it's it's very much intent on getting out of here. It looks like you need to give it at least 2 more hits like that to bring it down, but yeah. Good stuff. So action, bonus action, that's you. Over to Brucon. No, Leobrin. I keep doing this. Leobrin.
My name.
Sorry, it's because I crossed out fake dice below you and I keep just brushing past it. Sorry.
Well,
that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
Fate dice was the thing.
Fate dice was a thing.
Thanks to
that
Pavel's 16 on initiative from the chat. Thank you.
hasn't. Did that happen? No, it hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet. No, it's quite specific.
Well, since we're clearly firing off rounds at this fleeing Manticore, Leobrin will join in, hoping that this is the right thing to do.
Yeah, we'll question it later. Sure. So you've got 120 feet with Eldritch Blast. So
Yeah.
I'll say you move 30 feet up. So you're within range. Yep.
Yeah.
Just in case.
My low die is a 16.
Hits. Yep.
Cool.
So 2
they
hits.
both hit.
Get him.
Is this the damage we need?
15. 1-5.
Yep.
Total.
Good.
Nice.
2 good hits.
Boom, boom. I mean,
Still
one
up.
was terrible. The other one was okay.
It's still up, but 2 good hits. Pow pow. Yes. It's like you're firing your anti-air rounds and just clouds of smoke in the no.
Yeah.
Smashing into him. Yep.
Well,
2 hits.
we the
He's
bad
still
guys.
going. He's determined to get out of there. But yeah, good hits nonetheless. Brucon.
So remind me how high in the air?
50 feet high.
50 feet high.
75 feet horizontally away from you in distance.
Right. Okay.
And Malar is now bracing to launch you into the air where it used to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, Brucon looks at Malar and goes, "It's okay. We'll do this another time." Yeah. Okay. Brucon is going to click his heels together to activate the boots of Sped.
Fuck's sake.
Brucon is going to break the game again.
Yeah, of course. No potion of flying this time, unfortunately. But yeah, you can move rapidly across the ground.
Right now would be so great. Just Iron Man up out of the floor and punch it in the face. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to get a bit more creative here. So he activates the boots of speed.
Yep.
And whizzes off in pursuit of this guy. As he does, he shouts behind him, "Grab the bottle!" He shouts behind him, "Pick up the ever-smoking bottle! I'll want that back!" And as he runs, he pulls out his grappling hook and length of rope.
Yes. Like your style. Know where this is going. That sounds good. Okay.
And as he goes, when he gets as close to it as he can, and if he can bounce off a tree or something on the way in order to give himself a bit of a vertical boost, he's going to go for it. But his aim here is to try and throw the grappling hook, the grapnel, and latch onto the fleeing manticore. Ideally on his tail.
So, what I'll say is, so there's not many trees here. It's pretty bare, but there are various rocks around. So, if you roll a successful acrobatics check for me, or athletics, it's your choice. But I'm assuming acrobatics, given your stats. On a successful one, it will just be a regular attack roll with the grappling hook rather than disadvantage, because you'll be able to propel yourself higher to then get.
Is an 18 a success?
An 18 is a success, yes. So, yes, just a normal roll with a grappling hook.
Sweet. Okay, so an attack roll.
Yeah, attack roll, not proficient, just add your dex. Yeah.
10.
10. Unfortunately, not enough. Throw it up, but it does a barrel roll to avoid your hook.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Yeah.
Peppy hair attacking us here.
Oh, yeah, the tackiness is real. Okay, so unfortunately that misses, and then you start sort of descending down to the ground. Now you have a second attack, but I would say I'll say given the grappling hook stuff, that's probably...
You have to wind it back in order
Exactly. I would say it's kind of probably operates similarly to a net, that you can only do one action with it in combat per turn. Okay, that's Brucon then.
If it looks like Brucon is falling an amount of distance that would potentially cause him harm, he'll use his reaction to slow the fall.
Good call. Not high enough this time.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, given the acrobatic check as well, just rule of cool. You don't damage yourself here. It's fine. That's all good. So next is.
I'm glad that I was cool. That was the main thing.
That was the main thing. It was cool. I mean, it failed, but it was a cool fail. Next up is Brina.
All right.
Prone on the ground.
Yes. First thing, she will get up and kind of dust herself off and okay, what's happening here? She's looking around and kind of getting the lay of the land. Does she from here see the Aarakocras?
Yeah, I mean, you've got 120 feet dark vision. You can see the Aarakocra clearly from how far, even though it's fleeing. You can see, the Manticore, the Aarakocra. You can see. No, you can't see them because they're in the smoke.
The smoke.
They're obscured by the smoke.
Okay. Good. I just wanted to know what I'm seeing so I know how to react.
Yep, fair. So you can see two dead Manticores and these and some humanoid creatures, one of which, the smallest of the lot, has just bounced up into the air, thrown a hook into the air with some rope, and nothing happened. While the one you were talking to, with the very impressive white ruff, smelling of flowers and wearing a green majestic cloak, is now running off and firing off arcane blasts at this fleeing Manticore. It's quite a dashing figure, really. His swept back ginger hair.
She is quite overwhelmed at all the action.
That's it's a lot
she
to take in.
As soon as she opened the hatch, she did not think that would be the first thing she sees. She's gonna look at Brucon first and go, "Oh, cool," and then seeing that the Manticore is fleeing. Do we have to kill it? I mean, it's going away.
Guess you can move 10 feet further so you can be a bit closer to Leobrin as you say this. So yeah, Leobrin, you can hear this and respond if you would like.
Yes, and she is. I mean, are you gonna encourage her or?
I mean, everyone else was doing it. Although my mother told me that's probably a bad reason to do things.
Especially killing things, right?
They are enslaving Aarakocra.
Oh, okay. And then, because that's all we can say, I assume.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, and she is going to. How far away is it from her now?
75 from there. So, sorry, maths. 80, 55, 90, 110 feet.
Ooh. Okay.
So within range of a 120-foot thing, if you have anything.
I moved a little closer to Leobrin.
Yeah, that's what made it 110. Because you have to get up.
That was full movement?
Yeah, because you got up, which was half your movement, and then you can move 10 feet more.
Nothing.
Oh, no! Actually,
a level 3 spell, I'm not doing that.
I mean, there is one thing, because that which is only reliant on seeing the target rather than range, but it's up to you if you want to use that now or later. It's once per long rest, that particular item.
Fireball!
Yeah. Well, Fireball is the one thing that could do it, but I'm not wasting that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And she's also hesitant. She's hesitant to kill.
Your concept of time is a bit all over the place as well because of your life underground. So coming out now, it's already dark. It's the sun is setting. So it's like, oh, okay, weird. No.
Okay. She wouldn't. She wouldn't.
You could action to dash, and if you would like, then to try and get closer to what's going on, and that'll be your turn.
She probably would want to do the opposite. She'd want to steer clear from, maybe closer to Brucon because that was just cool, and she wants to look at it better.
Sure.
How he moves.
Try and get a bit close to him, so you'll basically draw level with Leobrin.
total sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Short people stick together. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Short
Is that?
Short people, rise up. Not very much.
Hey.
Hey. All right. That's Brina. Malar.
Yep.
You're 75 feet away from the fleeing Manticore. It's up to you. What do you want to do? Attack it or let it go?
DK, we can't hear you.
I think you're muted.
Muted, mate.
Not muted in Discord. Maybe muted on mic.
When there's two things you can mute,
I
things
think
always go wrong.
he's trying to say he's got a spell that can hit it and kill it. He used that.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. Toll the dead.
Yeah. Toll the dead, yes, please. Toll the dead.
Move
me 30 foot and then toll the dead.
Yep. 30 feet, so 45 feet away. Toll the dead. Wisdom save. 4 on the dice. 5. That's a fail. Roll the damage. Roll well, my friend. Roll well.
15 necrotic damage.
Okay. Oh. The bell tolls one more time. Again, you see a similar effect with Ulysses. In fact, you hit it so well, it's rocked so much by that piercing bell of doom that it drops 10 feet down and manages to catch itself before carrying on, almost limping in the way that its once rhythmic wings are just frantically batting and almost erratically to try and get him out of the area.
As a bonus action, it's not going to do much, but I'll bring the spiritual weapon 20 foot towards.
Yeah, so it's behind you, but it's still it's now on this. It's now as high as the Manticores. It's now the Manticore's go, and it is literally going to use its movement and dash, so it's going to get 100 feet away from its current point. So, for all of you, apart from Brucon, who's 10 feet ahead of the rest of you, it's now 5,
only 10 feet ahead.
You're because you move. Oh no! So you have the boots of speed. Sorry, you are much further ahead. Sorry, forgot about the boots of speed there. So the rest of you, with its full movement, it's now 145 feet from you. For Brucon, you were basically underneath it, so it's now 100 feet from you. And it is not looking back. It is fleeing. But you do hear moans from across the field where the crash site of Ulysses, the deformation of Ulysses as he is sort of in his death throes across the way from you.
Good. Brucon's going to.
Sorry, it's actually sorry. That was just the Manticore's go. I was just giving you an idea of where you were. It's not actually your turn. It's Fleeting's turn.
Fleeting. How far away is he?
145 feet.
145 feet. Cool. That is absolutely perfect. He's going to move 30 feet forward towards it.
So 115 feet away. Yep.
He is going. Okay. Cool. He's going to throw one javelin. He can only draw one javelin.
All right. So yeah, with disadvantage for long range.
Yep. 15?
Yeah, that hits.
14, sorry.
14 is its armor class. That hits.
Oh, okay. And he's still got his hunter's mark on.
Oh yeah.
Son of a. Okay. 5 damage.
It had 1 hit point left. So with that, the javelin arcs up. I mean, you weren't expecting Fleeting to be this accurate, but the javelin rises up. It then arcs. It was high above the Manticore. Now as it arcs down, it reaches terminal velocity on the descent, and you just see it connects. It goes straight through the top of the Manticore's skull, and it just freezes mid-flight, and then just gradually glides down. You can almost hear like in those World War II films or whatever, with the airplanes go down. as it starts crashing down towards the ground. And with a mighty thump, it embeds into the dirt and lies still. With that, you've dispatched all 3 of the Manticores.
Fleeting just goes, right after the crash, Fleeting just goes, I missed.
Wow. That was something.
That was a fight.
So, now as everything else goes quiet, you can hear the lead Manticore of Ulysses is still somehow just holding on to life. You can hear gurgling with his throat and coughing and spluttering. It's over to you guys. What are you doing? What's happening now?
Finish him off.
He looks like he's about to die, yes. He can't move from where he is. He's just in his dying breaths.
If Seth gets there before Malor does. Yep, okay.
And I'm just walking towards it. If he looks in pain, I'm putting him out of his misery. Rapier starts to come out. You're allowed to say no.
I think Brina would actually run up to him.
You're a long way
you
back,
want to help?
Brina.
Yeah, I know. So I don't see the map, so you tell me who gets there first, but she's running up there.
I'll say for this, can you both roll, I guess, roll constitution checks, both of you, just to see how worn out you are after the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like
Brina, you have advantage because you haven't done a
free...
lot of running so far.
I'm not running up to it like, oh yay, free murder.
Yeah.
It's more of a...
No, but you're much closer. You're much closer than Brina, and she can't move as fast as you. Even full speed. She's got much shorter legs. 4.
Oh, I rolled really good actually. 17 and 18 on the die, plus 1, so 19.
With that, you just, as you're casually just kind of sidling over with a bit of a swagger as you pull out your rapier. You can see you see this tall, grey-skinned elven individual. You can tell he's elven just by the pointed ears. Is very, the archetype of elven kind, and also his gait, his slender frame. There's something of the elven kind about him, much like the half elf with the ruff who you're talking to. But anyway, Seth, you see this as described, grey-skinned, 3 foot tall, so diminutive humanoid with a tussle of grey and white hair. Is that right?
Yeah.
Angelique? Yep. And cream-coloured robes with a quarterstaff and a gnarled-looking wand in her hand. Just run over and run in front of you. Over to you.
Yeah. So she's like, just running past, and she passes by you. Excuse me, and then she reaches the manticore, and she's gonna point her wand at him. Do the thing. Don't know if you want to say what it is, but do the thing.
Me or the manticore?
You can say what it is.
At the manticore. So she is going to cast Zone of Truth on him. And
using the wand, yeah.
Yes. And she's gonna say, "Why are you hurting the Aarakocras?"
Yep.
Wisdom save. Oh no, charisma save.
Charisma saving throw. DC 18, is that right?
Not that high. It is that high. Yep.
It's the wand. It's the
wand.
It's a good old wand. DC 18 charisma save. It has -1 charisma, so only 15, so it fails. And because of the nature of the wand, it can't avoid the truth, so it will just tell you exactly what you want to know. So
we have orders to kill it. The Aarakocra were meant to bring the halflings to us, the small people. It carries something of importance. Something that she can use.
Who's she?
The druid.
And it
dies.
It dies. Its tongue lolls out of its mouth.
I'm gonna look towards Brina and just go, Leo?
Given your low dexterity as well, Brina, you are unable to avoid the last gasp of the Manticore when it coughs. Blood just comes out of its mouth and just covers you.
Oh!
Spray of now these cream robes are now stained with dark red blood.
Yuck! Can I scrape some together and like put it in something?
If you've got anything to put it in,
let me see.
I'd say, given that you're the daughter of an alchemist, I'll allow you to have a couple of vials on you.
Okay, I'll take one and kind of.
That was a very Seth question. I can tell Brina's going to fit well in this party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining. Do you remember?
Horrible has happened.
If you've watched Friday Night Dinner, when Jim like knocks over red paint all over himself, kind of how Brina's looking here, just blood, so much blood.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And she looks disgusted, but like Jack was saying, she's a daughter of an alchemist, and she knows a good ingredient when she sees one, right? So she will try and scrape some together. Yep. Lovely. So I have a bit of that there. Okay, and then she's gonna, all bedraggled, and turn around to the others. Hi.
You're not Leo.
No. Who's Leo?
Oh.
Who are you?
I'm Sparkle. Damn it. I'm Brina. I'm Brina.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi. Who are you?
It's nice to meet you, miss. Let me introduce ourselves. I am Deacon Malar Shadecreek of the Hammerfern Institute of the Eight, and this is my companion, Mr. Koseth. By this point, I guess I've come up, Seth, and I just plump him on the shoulder with a hand and give him a little squeeze. Oh, the somewhat spectacularly quick man somewhere over there is Mr. Brook Henri.
He's cool.
And Mr. Leobrin.
Bring up the rear, probably
Mr.
coughing a little bit,
Leobrin.
Leobrin, from the distance, and the negative constitution doesn't help.
He's strong though.
He's strong, but he hasn't got much stamina.
Does Malar still have a hand on my shoulder?
Yeah.
Fleeting comes over and just removes the hand and puts his hand on Fleeting and goes on Seth and just goes, "I'm Fleeting," and he uses lay hands on Seth for 1 point.
Does he that?
1 point.
That is the okay. He does that. I will say from this point on, for RP, I'll be on Fleeting from this point on.
All right. He will also just glare at Malar for a moment.
That's perfectly within his character. Sure. Probably doesn't even notice Brina for the moment. Bit absorbed in best friend. I would like, because Fate Dice is now in play.
Oh yeah.
I would like Brina. Could you roll a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh no. Is it magic?
It's not.
So no gnome cunning. Okay.
I mean, you could call it a kind of magic that does occur sometimes to even us outside of the game, but no.
I see. I think I know what this is. That is, what do I get? Charisma +2, 11.
11 isn't not enough for this.
Who am I falling for?
The fate dice was that flirt or charm effect. The next flirt or charm effect, but in this case, introductions. Love at first sight. You fall madly and deeply in love with one of the party. So I'm going to roll a d10 to see who it is. Would you like me to tell everyone, or do you want me to just whisper it to Angelique away from everyone else?
That would be funnier, I think. Let's do that.
Funnier if it's secrets. Be funnier if it's a secret. Okay. All right.
Yep. I mean, it's going to be obvious very quickly, but
Okay. I'm trying to think now.
Trying to remember our names.
No. I was trying to think. I like rolled, and then I was like, hang on. I know like there's 5 of you, but then I was like, how do I work out what the numbers? And it's like, do I eeny meeny? No, got it. Okay, this works. So let me just. Okay, so yeah.
That makes total sense.
Makes total sense. So yeah, as you're taking in this group of individuals who's just start gathering around you, one of them in particular takes your notice. For a moment, it's like despite living in total darkness, a light seems to emanate from this individual. There's something familiar about them. You're not quite sure what it is. Yeah, pretty starry-eyed in this moment. What's your charisma score, by the way, Brina?
It's 14.
14. So given that you can hold your own in social situations, it may not be totally clear to the party. If you had a negative charisma, I was going to say you basically have hearts in your eyes, and everyone can tell straight away who you fancy.
Starting to drool and yeah.
Exactly. But no, I'm so sorry. Welcome to the game. Be forced to fall in love with someone for a turn.
How permanent is this?
It's going to last at least a day. I think from this point it doesn't, because it wasn't specified in the fate dice who rolled it. But I'll say that Daly will roll to see if the effect is still in play, or whether you get over it. And maybe other things may trigger a change in feeling, but we'll see.
Yeah. I was going to say, you did the change in stats only lasting for a session.
That's true, exactly. So,
and that had no restrictions on it. That could have been permanent.
That could have been, but I like to think I'm fair, or or possibly generous. No.
I'm cool with rolling daily. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Depending on circumstance, maybe other things that may trigger you rolling. But anyway, yes, this group of individuals in front of you. Would you like me to? Would you like the characters to describe themselves, or the players to describe their characters, or are you pretty familiar with them at this point?
I'm pretty familiar with them. Yeah, I know, and I think she would. I have been watching, yeah, and initially, just last few days I binged the last 3 episodes just to make sure I'm up to speed.
Happy lockdown, everyone! Binge some Slice and Dice.
Exactly.
And
who
you
needs
could
to work?
Subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. Should have put the shameless plug in there, but
I should have.
Shameless plug.
Done it. Thank you.
Good stuff. The first thing the first person I suppose she is going to look at is Malor, because of his appearance. She's never seen anyone look like that, and you see her kind of already reaching up as if she was about to touch the trunk, and kind of. What are you?
Oh. I'm a member of the clergy. I'm a deacon. I have some responsibilities, but nothing too onerous. I am more of a research academic, if you will. What
are you?
I am I'm a Loxodon. I'm from Is.
You're cool too.
Thank you. What are you, miss? Where did you come from?
From Swervehaven.
Gesundheit. That doesn't quite answer my question. Are you sick? I can help with that if need be.
Yes.
I'm not sick. I'm kind of drenched in blood, though.
There may be something I can do about that. Malor would like to sort of beckon over the horse, and then when it comes into range, take the top of the barrel off, put his trunk in, inhale, turn back, and then just blast this new bloody person with water.
You're going to pressure wash
Amazing.
the new addition out of your nose.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Just with a 4. Do you know what? Brina, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah.
No, strength saving throw for this. Sorry, strength saving throw. That makes more sense.
-2. 17 on the die though, so 15.
Can use prestidigitation.
17 on the die, so 15.
Oh, you say Fleeting can do prestidigitation? There. Yes, he can because of his Cotharborn thing. Yes, he
but
he
too
can
late.
do it, but Fleeting notably is not using it because he never uses it really. Just kind of glowers at her a little bit because Seth had an interest in her. Okay, yeah, Brina. So with a 17, you do manage to stay standing despite being hit by
15,
this
it's
bloody
-2.
fire hydrant. Just a torrent of water. It's like a geyser erupts in your face. Anyway, yeah, washes you mostly clean. You're now sopping wet though. Your cream-coloured robes have seen better days. Still intact, but sodden.
Thank you.
Oh, that's well, that's quite all right. You may now be quite damp, but less bloody. Excuse me, miss. What would you? Where did you come from?
Swift Dublin.
And
Swift Haven. Swift Dublin.
oh, are you sure you're not sick, miss? Is this? Am I starting to now hear what she's actually saying? Do I understand the concept that you're conveying that it's place?
Swift Haven.
It's up to you. I'll let you be the judge of whether Malar gets. I mean, I suppose if she says it enough times, you could be putting Swerf Haven.
Oh, hang on. Are you a deep gnome?
Yes. I thought that was obvious.
The light is. My eyes are not as accurate as yours. What are you doing out here, may I ask?
I'm looking for something.
Oh.
What are you doing here? 'Cause you're kind of on top of my home.
Oh, goodness. Malar looks underneath his feet as if he's trodden on something. Oh, I'm awfully sorry. What are we doing? Mr. Seth, would you like to explain? Or maybe Mr. Brucon or Mr. Leo Oberon? Oh, goodness. And Malar sort of loses his train of thought at that point.
We're heading north, aren't we?
Northwest.
Yeah, northwest, yeah.
Go. I'm going to point straight ahead of me and just a little bit to the side, to west. I'm going to go, we're heading northwest towards the mountains. We're heading to stop
mountains.
some
The mountains. I really hope.
Attacking it.
I really hope the mountains are massive and directly behind Seth. So when he points like that way a bit, he's like, "We're going to the mountains." Like, well, the mountains are the exact opposite direction.
No, quite. They're not. I mean, they're not huge, but they are most certainly prominent on the horizon behind him as he says this, because we noted this last time that you could see the mountains from where you were. So yeah. He's pointing the wrong way. Yeah,
okay. The wrong way.
To not understand how
we're heading north. We're heading north. To
I forgot about his
stop
sense of direction.
Yeah.
Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
That was the critical thing.
Okay.
By the way, Jack, while this is happening, Brucon will have gone back. He will have deactivated the boots of speed and gone back to retrieve the ever-smoking bottle and stop it up.
Yep. So I need you to make a survival check.
To find it?
Yeah, to find it.
It's going to be. It's more of a
in the middle
scale
of that
to see how
cloud.
long this will take for him to find this bloody bottle in amongst the smoke.
I really need a rolling tray. 17.
Bye, Brucon.
Okay, so while this conversation has been happening, it's taken you a couple of minutes to rummage around in the smoke. You bump into Horsey at one point, but you do. When you bump into her happily, you know that you threw the bottle around there. So not long after finding Horsey, you find the bottle and put the cap on it. And and once the smoke dissipates, the two Aarakocra emerge from behind the steeds. And you hear an audible gasp, despite the fact they don't share a language with you.
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine that as Brucon's waiting for the smoke to clear, he like the pose he's in just happens to look super dramatic. Like he's got like a loose bit of like cloth or something just happens to get blown by the wind, and then it's like it kind of gets trapped around his neck. So it's like this billowing scarf. It's really badass.
And you've got the mountains behind you as well, with you like in
like,
the center point, like the pivot of a seesaw. The balance just emanates from you, and the you don't share a language with the Aarakocra, but you do see their the lower half of their beaks drop slightly. Their mouth is agape as you're there. Quite a sight.
Brucon kind of looks at them, looks around for a moment, and then just gives them hits them with the classic Fonz. I just realised you guys wouldn't have seen it probably the first time, but yeah, just to kind of.
This is amazing.
Like that.
Yeah. Gotta love the Fonz.
Yeah, classic Fonz, and then toddles his way over to the exchange where presumably
probably around this time in the conversation you would then emerge. The Aarakocra very very slowly start following, dragging. No, they're going to attempt to bring the horses, the horse and the capybara, the giant capybara, with them.
Oh, nice.
Animal handling. Yeah, that's all right. That's enough. They're slowly but surely bringing the steeds over. As you guys continue your conversation.
Does Brucon know a deep gnome when he sees one?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think many of you would have come across deep gnomes before. So make a history check, Brucon. Let's see if maybe this is something you've at least heard of.
No, I'm doing very well on dice rolls today. 18.
18. Okay, so given your background, from a rich family, you know of gnomes and you know of the deep gnome brethren. Although you've never met one, you have heard of them, certainly. They're a lot more reclusive than their rock gnome or forest gnome cousins, although forest gnomes are a little shy themselves. Rock gnomes you're more familiar with, but deep gnomes don't generally mingle too much. They spend a lot... They're based underground. So they have something in common with dwarves, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, so Brucon's reaction as he strolls up to the discussion is to go, oh, well, that was an interesting little exchange, wasn't it? Oh, my word, is that a deep gnome? Hello.
Hi, you're cool.
Oh, thank you. So I was caught in two minds about how to respond to that, but I had to. I'll roll with the first one. He thinks about it for a moment and hits another Fonz just because it seems to be working for him at the moment. He goes, oh, thank you. I'm actually Brucon, but I understand the mistake. And who are you?
I'm Spock. Brina. I'm Brina.
Okay, well, it's very nice to meet you, Spabrina.
Sabrina, the teenage wizard. Sorry.
Spabrina, the deep gnome wizard, indeed.
Yep.
Where did you come from? What brings you here?
I just came from below. I live below.
Well, that makes sense. You are a deep gnome.
And I tried to open our hatch, and he stood on top of it.
Huh.
So I hit him. Not on purpose.
Right. Brucon glances at Leo, sees that he's a bit worse for wear, and goes, my God, she did a number on you. Are you all right, friend?
Oh, Mr. Leo.
Yes.
Still a bit of the spike in him, isn't it? Yeah.
I was going to say, you're still on 30%.
I didn't do that.
Oh, well, good. I would have had some questions about that if you had. So excellent. Is everybody all right? Do we have a plan for the one that got away? Brina, do you?
No one got away.
Killed them all, right?
They're all dead.
Yeah.
I missed the third one going down.
Yeah, you were too busy gathering up your rope, so you wouldn't have noticed.
I spoke to it right before it breathed as well.
Yeah. All dead. One was
the one that you spoke to was Ulysses.
That's right. He was the first to go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third one died off stage.
Okay, forget that then. Okay. Yeah, Rickon just kind of looks around and goes, right. Hello, Brina. Very nice to meet you.
Hi.
What are we doing now?
Malar is gonna sort of go over to Leo and just cough out a healing word for 9 points of healing.
Ooh,
The brings him
thank
to
you.
full. Amazing.
Yes. When he heals
That
Leo,
actually gets
I'm
him
gonna
to
look.
full. I've never
I'm
seen
gonna
that.
look. I'm gonna look to Fleeting and just be like, Fleeting, could you heal me?
For once in your life.
Fleeting, best friend.
I see you do this, and I want Fleeting to just put his hand on your chest and just leave it there. Not healing you, just put his hand on your chest and leave it there.
Yep.
Fleeting look just kind of stares blankly at you for a moment, and then anything for you, best friend.
Yep.
And just places his hand on your chest and
He's
doesn't
laying on
move.
hands.
Heal me as well.
And there's laying on hands.
Lay on hands.
The healing,
Well-
Fleeting.
This is a very touching moment.
Is
Seth.
this not? Is it? Are you not feeling better?
A little,
I couldn't hold it.
but I could use some actual healing, please. I'm quite
Okay.
hurt.
Malar, I think Seth needs some healing.
No, Fleeting. We need to establish that you can also heal people.
It's the less popular first version of the Marvin Gaye song.
Yeah.
On the official
Come on, Fleeting, you can do this.
You-
I believe in you as your best friend. That
Make
you
a
can
persuasion
heal me.
check, Seth.
Bart, you predicted what I was typing. Very good.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. 17.
He looks a bit dubious at first, a bit uncertain of what exactly you're asking. He removes his hand after a moment and then goes for the full-on hug.
He has healed people before.
And he starts patting you with one hand and stroking
But will
your
those
back with the
people-
other.
will those
And
people
through that
express-
motion, over the next minute, he draws it out. He does heal you. He'll dump another 4 points of healing from his lay on hands.
Over a minute.
That is great.
Oh, Seth feels
Fleeting.
that little warmth return to him. Like every 15 seconds, there's just a little ping.
Fleeting, we're going to have to work on your healing, and until then, no hugs until you've learned how to heal.
Oh, that's cold, man. That's cold.
I'm telling Danny
He
Coulson.
freezes, still in the hug,
No,
and then goes-
No.
and then says, "Oh, okay. I better make this one last then."
Put my hands away. Disengage. Get out.
I mean, this would be a contested grapple check, I guess, at this point. So
Oh wow.
I've got to bring up his sheet, haven't I? He's got
His
athletic
strength,
strain.
his strength is the same as mine.
Oh, great. Oh.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Tell me. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Natural 1. Yep.
That's 24.
Oh, bitch! I got a fucking 19.
He's not letting
What?
go. He's continuing the hug. He does then.
Fleeting. Stop.
Okay.
During this.
And then as he lets go, he does another lay on hands for 5 points.
Aww.
Sorry,
Thank
go
you.
ahead. Go ahead, Marshall.
It's like during this. Are we all just watching this exchange? Or-
I mean, you can if you can
Rena is.
converse if you would
Why
like.
not?
It is quite extraordinary.
I feel
but
like
then you
there'd
two
be sort of a moment of just like watching this and then turn away to continue conversation while this happens in the background.
You guys can, if you have something you'd like to discuss without Seth and Fleeting for a little while, you can, yeah.
Well, that was rather successful. We took down 3 Manticores. We're only aware of 5.
Oh goodness!
At
that
least
is
5.
unfortunate.
At least 5, but if the Aarakocra have only seen 5, that implies that it's not going to be a whole ton more.
Oh, that's
be hard
quite
pressed to-
astute, Miss Leobrin.
Hide double that for example.
I suppose it depends on how much of the goings on at the Eyrie that our slightly junior friends over here were privy to.
I assume if they got invaded and conquered,
they're approaching.
Yeah,
the plan's working quite well.
Obviously, they are flapping their wings joyfully, sort of fluttering off the ground momentarily upon seeing all three Manticores lying dead on the ground.
Rena's staring at them, wide-eyed.
While that is happening, can Malar go and check out this iron band on the leg of Ulysses?
Sure. You can see it plain as day there. Just looks like it looks like a fairly mundane copper band, but you may make an Arcana check.
Are the others wearing a band?
Just him, from what you've seen. Obviously, one of the bodies is a bit further off, but yeah.
10.
10. Examining the band, you're not sure whether there's a magical property to this, or whether it's, just a simple trinket that this one took a fancy to. Perhaps it's a badge of rank or something amongst the Manticores. It's jury's out really on what it is.
Mr. Leobrin, I would hate to interrupt, but I think I need your expertise just for a moment.
Yes, of course.
I gesticulate to the band, and is this unique in any way?
Have a nose?
Switching on your detect magic.
Yeah, detect magic.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, it's giving off abjuration magic.
It's definitely magic. Abjuration.
Most curious.
Doesn't have a label on.
Is there? Do you think it's possible that it could have alerted anybody back at the Eyrie to the demise of this creature, or do you think it's just a local effect?
Ooh, that is interesting. There's only really one way to find out. Does this? Wonder how it would tell.
I think
we can try Arcana, investigate the lore of magical items.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
See if there's anything in common. 20.
Okay, so knowing with your arcane knowledge of abjuration magic, so you know that it's associated with protection spells. Without spending more time with this item, it's going to be hard to decipher more about what it does than that. So you could spend, if you spend a short rest or an hour with it, purely examining it, you would learn more about it. I'd say because you've kind of skipped working out if it's magical with detect magic.
We'll take it with us and have a proper sit down the next time we need to stop.
Well,
abjuration, maybe. Yes, at this point unknown. But it seems weird that they'd not put them on. Strange item.
I appreciate your input, Leobrin. Yes, a bit out of my wheelhouse. More of a history. What time of day is it?
So it's now past sunset, so night is starting to fall. It's dusk.
Can I collect up the spikes that were thrown majoritively at me and Leo?
You can attempt to, sure. For this, make an investigation check. See if you can, how many you can pick up.
Because I think the majority were thrown when I was standing to the side and at Leo above the little gate.
Yep.
16 on the dice. What is my investigation?
I'll say over the after Fleeting's let go of you. Yeah, over the course of the next sort of 10 minutes or so, you can go about scavenging them. You can get 3 of them. The others kind of snap in your hand. It's strange, but they kind of feel like, I guess, similar to that of like the spines of, say, a porcupine. They are long, thin, not bone. They're more sort of malleable than that in a sense, but they're not that malleable at all. But they do bend a little bit. They have a little flex in them. So there's something kind of organic about them, but for all intents and purposes, they are used like javelins. So yeah, you can, and I think dependent on a couple of things, perhaps you could use them in a similar fashion if you chose to.
I would like to go towards the Manticore. They fired it from their tail, didn't they?
Yep.
I'm gonna ask Fleeting to give me a hand, and going to attempt to cut off higher up their tail, so that we've got like all the. Sorry, were the spikes like in a ball on the end of the tail, or like a little spine going up it?
Yeah, it's like a cluster of spikes at the end of their tail.
Cool. Can I cut a little bit higher up so that we get like all the spikes without hitting the spikes?
Yeah, so you want to kind of chop off the tail just before the spike starts sprouting from it. Yeah. So you have like a bushel, a quiver of spikes.
I'm not like skilled enough to think, I'll try and take out all the spikes here without breaking them. So just take the whole thing.
Sure. Just make a persuasion check for me, please.
To the Manticore?
To Fleeting for helping you.
Oh, okay. 20, non-natural.
Okay, so yeah, he goes over with you.
He's got an axe.
He does have a battle axe, doesn't he?
Yeah,
She
that's
carries
what I
alongside. Yeah.
wanted him to help.
So at first, you say, Fleeting, can you give me a hand? And he puts one on your shoulder. Just pats you. Yep. I'm right here with you. And then when you specify you want the axe, he offers you the axe.
You're surprisingly a little stronger than me. Could you help with the taking it off?
I'm also taller than you. Now I will always be above you. He quotes the hat.
Don't you quote the hat at me.
Yes, I can. Can you hold it still and I'll take a swipe.
Oh my god, this is like a horrible trustful exercise. Yep.
If he just fixes your gaze with his pupilless eyes and just after a pregnant pause says, "Seth, do you trust me?" Wielding the battle axe.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. He's going to make an attack roll. Yeah. So that's 10, because he's got a +1 strength, hasn't he? So that's 10.
It's a non-moving thing.
It's a non-moving thing. So 10 was what he needed.
Oh.
If he was lower than that, things could have gone horribly wrong.
Doesn't he have an advantage because I'm helping? Like.
You would think, but yeah, with a 10, he does cut off the tail. Not quite at the point where you wanted it. It's a bit further back, so you've got a bit more tail to hold. But
oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
that way's better than the other way.
Yeah, it's quite a bloody mess. Just the area immediately underneath, he's kind of because he doesn't get a clean cut on it, so it kind of crushes a lot of the tail and bone, and then he has to take a second swing to just kind of cleave it off, and then he just wrenches the last of it off, just with his bare hands, and then holds it up. Just you've got sinews kind of dripping out of it, and he just holds it over to you. There you go.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Great.
Puts his axe away.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Seth, if you need to wash the blood off of that, I've got quite a unique way of doing that.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
It's very effective.
No, I am good. I am very, very good.
Alright.
While all this was happening,
Sure.
Brina has been staring at the Aarakocra the whole time, and she looks a little nervous as she's watching them, and she kind of, as if she wants to hide behind him, she's inching closer to Brucon, and kind of, because he's like the closest thing to her.
Closest and the coolest.
Alike. And the coolest, of course. And she kind of half hides behind him, so she doesn't want to be seen by them.
Okay.
As of now, any reference to Brucon being cool gets
Cool.
an instant body Christ pose.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
New emoji.
So you're trying to hide from the Aarakocra, so can you make a little stealth check for me, please?
Mm-hmm. 7.
One of them unfortunately got a 20, so they do observe you and your shady behaviour as you move behind the second smallest creature. They kind of crane their necks round, looking at you curiously, and you see one turns to the other, then looks back at you, then back at each other, and they start twittering at each other. Obviously, unless you speak Aarakocra and Brina, you're not going to understand what they're saying.
Do I? This is your world. Would I? Given the history.
Unless you've chosen a language, unless you've chosen Aarakocra as a language, no, because you wouldn't have spent much time with them.
I've chosen Dwarven. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Underground people and bird people, probably not super tight.
Yep.
There are, yeah, there's a bit of friction there. It's different. They're just, chalk and cheese.
Yep. Nope. No idea what they're saying.
But you recognise the robes about their person and of Brucon, who you're hiding behind. It reminds you of Sensei Smurf.
Mm-hmm.
Sensei
Smurf. I keep saying Smurf as well.
It's very difficult to. I've kind of made my own misery really with the Smurf names. But yeah, Sensei Smurf wears similar monastic robes, but in cream.
Yeah, there's the classic dwarf subrace, Smurf Neblin.
Yeah, he's probably the most familiar thing to her, and so she is just sticking close to Brucon at this point.
Yeah, seems wise. But yes, Brucon, you've noticed also that the Aarakocra are taking an interest in your newest compatriot, the Deep Gnome.
Brucon kind of like looks back and forth between them, like kind of gauges Brina's height, and then does a kind of back off, man, pose between the directed at the Aarakocra, and he goes, "Well, let's steady on here."
She's looking back at the rest of the party, and she goes, "He's so cool."
The Aarakocra look from one to the other.
If this is just going to devolve into people saying Brucon and cool every 20 seconds.
Yep.
Brucon also shouts over. So Leoberin is currently what? Doing what?
What is? Carrying the band thingy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So Brucon calls out, Leoberin, we might possibly need your diplomatic contributions here. Not quite sure what's going on. There's some sort of Aarakocra small person friction happening, maybe.
Yes, of course. Translation time ahead. Do we wanders over? Do we want an interpreter, or is this conversation? It's probably better if it's direct, right?
I don't know, Brina. What do you think? Do you want to talk to these people? We have a man for that.
No.
The Aarakocra have adopted a similar stance to you, Brucon, kind of copying you. Like
she looks terrified. She's stepping back.
Everyone's like, yeah, this is how you do it. Your technique is terrible.
You sure you don't want to talk with them?
No.
Brina? No? Okay. I guess, Brucon, would you like to chat, or is it me?
I suppose I'd be nice to be able to talk to these people.
They do seem to be rather intrigued by you. Leoberin walks over and bops tongues on Brucon.
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Cool. I speak
Tongues
bird.
Brucon, amazing.
I speak bird person now. Okay, Brucon.
I speak bird person.
Indeed. In bird person culture, that's called a spell. So Brucon turns to the Aarakocra and goes, "Hello, can you understand me?"
They looked to each other in disbelief. You see an eyebrow raise. Where an eyebrow would be on their faces raised. I was going to say, no, not actual eyebrows, but the area of their skull where the brow does raise on one side. Before turning their heads back to you, one of them, Kerr, you recognise the one that Leobrin had given the name of before.
Yes. We do understand you now. Yes.
Yes, my friend here has many powers. Many of them fancy, some of them even useful. And right, well, anyway, it's very nice to be able to talk to you properly. Apologies for the whole, hitting you in midair thing, but you were abducting people, you see.
The other one rubs himself from the hits that he sustained from you last time.
Yes.
Don't mention it. No.
No problem. Well, anyway, yes. So as you can see, the Manticores are substantially reduced in number now. It looks like, anyway, unless there were some other Manticores. Did you recognise them? Do you know these are the same Manticores that attacked your home?
They both draw themselves up straight and bow, placing their hands together. They bow towards you in a sort of ritualistic fashion.
No, I know that. It's the this kind of routine.
It's the mark of respect, and as they come up, the one who had to say most of the damage from you before, it says,
"You are our worthy adversary. You have our respect."
Before Kerr interjects,
"Yes, these were some of the Manticores for sure. They must have come from the Eyrie. I told you they would come for us. I told you."
and he points at Leobrin.
Yes, he can't understand you right now. He's sort of loaned me the gift. Yes, no, well, but as you can see, they came for you, and it all worked out all right, didn't it? So I've just realised I've created martial arts D&D heroic Boris Johnson here.
It's an interesting mix, but somehow it works. But unlike the person you referenced there, most of your plans seem to work, and you don't have to backtrack or U-turn on them, which is great.
No. Well,
Slice and dice getting political.
Oh, sorry, satire. Satire isn't dead, everyone.
I regret very deeply bringing this in this dynamic.
Hey, it's okay. To reference the cage, which I should say, Angelique is one of the player characters in with Belmine. In session 0, even we had Lucy referring to my character as Ben Shapiro. So I'm with you on being compared to undesirables.
Yep, she did.
Cool. Right.
Sounded
anyway,
like.
Sounded like.
Yeah.
Had fair point too.
Brucon sounds like Boris, but isn't particularly like him at all. Yes. Anyway, so Brucon, yes, but as you can see, it all worked out all right in the end. I say the end. This obviously isn't the end, but I suppose
They'll be back. We must hurry. We must keep moving. They'll return, and in greater numbers.
Nice. Well done. That's entirely out of character, but very nice.
Thank you.
Very well worked reference there. Brucon goes, yes, I mean, something just disconnected. Can you guys still hear me?
James is having audio problems. He's also asking if Brucon can ask them if they know what the band is.
Sure. I mean, a minor retcon of Brucon spotting it being inspected. Don't suppose you recognise the sort of copper ring thing that one of the Manticores was wearing?
No. The Manticores love treasure. Perhaps that is some treasure.
Possibly. I mean, it looks copper to me, so pretty low level treasure. But we all have to start somewhere.
The mountains have much copper.
So it's very conductive to magic.
Even the Eyrie has some copper in the walls in places.
Right. Well, yes. Well, I'll need to discuss with my compatriots about moving forward. Some of them took some pretty serious injuries in that fight, and also there's this small new person who I don't really know what's the deal with. But anyway, she's here now. So we'll need at least a few moments to collect ourselves. But we'll see what we can do about making further progress.
She is a Smurf Neblin. Is she from Smurf Haven?
That word.
Yeah, you called it Smurf Haven.
Smurf Haven. Sorry, I thought I did. It's going to happen continuously. Fortunately,
It will. I'll say
fortunately, no copyright was broken by any of the characters, named characters. I was very, very meticulous in the naming of Smurfs, so we're okay.
Papa Smurf?
There's no
Papa Smurf, because that could have been... or Smurfette.
Lazy Smurf?
There's an amazing discussion in a TV show I watch between two characters randomly, in which they try to figure out whether Smurfs are mammalian or reptilian. They're like, there's only one female. They clearly lay eggs.
I think there are 3 at some point, but yeah, there's very specific female archetypes. So yeah, problematic a little bit. But you know, it was simpler times.
Yeah.
It was. Anyway,
when your personality type is girl.
It really was.
Yeah.
So awful.
That's the girl. Anyway, Brucon's reply is possibly, not really sure. I mean, we know she's a deep gnome, and she seems to be looking for something and has very good taste. So we'll need to get to the bottom of that. But yes. Anyway, are you familiar with her people?
They look one to the other, and the one who you don't know the name of yet says,
We don't know them personally, but the masters had dealings with the Smurf Neblin before. It went sour. They accused us of stealing.
Well,
and we never did business again.
Well, I don't want to be personal here, but I've known you, and I've known of your species for about 24 hours now, and a significant percentage of what I know about you is that you have been known to abduct people. So I'm going to recuse myself from making any firm judgments on this question at the moment, this present moment in time. But jolly good, thank you for the information. One other thing, I'm going to confer with my colleagues now, but if your technique was what's the polite word here? Promising. Let's say promising. If you were ever interested in sparring with me again in the future, as a student of the martial arts myself, I would be most happy to exchange techniques with you and do some training. It's been a long time since I've had a chance to truly practice my skills with someone else of a similar background.
They kind of look to each other. And then back at you before Kerr says, Yes, we noticed your weapon. It is not a usual weapon, but it is one we recognize.
Oh, really?
We have similar. And they, one of them holds out a nunchuck, while the other one holds out a kammer.
Ooh.
Hey,
Little-
did we
little-
not disarm them?
Little scythe. Before putting them back away.
It would be an honor to spar with you. Perhaps it will improve our understanding of the balance and the elements.
Stranger things have happened, I'm sure. Right, hold on one moment. And Brucon turns back and kind of, proceeds the exchange, and then puts the question before the team. Do we want to take some kind of rest, or are we up for continuing further on over the course of the night?
If the evening's drawing in, would it not be a good idea to make camp, given that some of us need sunlight to function?
Malar doesn't have dark vision, so he's particularly hampered.
Yeah, we can do. It's just a question about to what extent time is pressing, really.
I didn't think we were necessarily on too much of a timer with this one, were we?
Well, the Aarakocra seem to think that there's going to be more. But if we bear in mind there was that discussion a while back about the time lag between people going away. I think James might have had an internet problem.
Yeah, spotted that. Yep.
Yeah, but there was a discussion. There we go. Welcome back. There was a discussion about the time delay of them sending Aarakocra out to kidnap people. The Aarakocra not getting back in time, therefore the Manticores sending more people out after them. So these Manticores we've just encountered, they're not guaranteed to be the ones that were sent for Kerr and Chum. So they're like the competing decision is whether there's likely to be more Manticores coming for someone or something else that we need to.
I think
these ones were asking about the Aarakocra. They were saying, "Where are the Aarakocra?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I assume these are the ones that were sent out for them.
I think
So it's not until these are late in returning that they will question and send more, I assume.
Okay.
it'd be a good idea if we rest here for the night, because if these guys just died, hopefully the party won't be out for a while. But if someone does come, if we camp near here, then they could be coming straight to the body. If we just leave someone on a scout, it should hopefully be quite easy to spot someone, because they'll probably go to the bodies before us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm down for that.
Works for me. Let's find somewhere to sort of make a camp.
Yep.
Long rest for the night.
Woohoo!
Turns back to Kerr and his mate and explain the discussion that the party have just had.
Okay, they seem a little reticent. They're a little hesitant about, they're clearly worried about more Manticores coming. But after a little bit of back and forth, they concede that you resting is probably not the worst idea. They could do with regaining their strength, or particularly you guys could, especially. They're still, you get the sense they're impressed by how you took down 3 Manticores. That's mind blowing for them. So yeah, they give you the benefit of the doubt on your judgment.
We are all powerful.
Yeah,
we're the heroes,
Yeah, indeed. We've definitely reached the universe is on your side.
Yeah, level 5, nothing can kill us now. That's how D&D works.
Exactly. Yeah. 12 hit points or no, we are invincible.
Yeah.
Like Alan coming in Goldeneye. Sweet. Okay. Yeah. Long rest then.
Malar will turn to our Brenna and nurse. I don't know if you're if you're in a hurry, but you are more than welcome to join us for the evening. Strength in numbers and like it. Maybe we can dry you off somehow.
I'd appreciate that. I didn't expect to come up and find Manticores as soon as I come out, so I'd rather not be alone, if that's okay.
Oh, well, of course. Come. We can set you aside a small space. Come with.
Are they staying with us? She points at the Aarakocra.
Oh, we are helping them get back to their place of residence. So yes, they will be with us. Will that be a problem?
Well, Swervehaven has a problem with them, and I am not listening to what Swervehaven wants me to do anymore. So, no, that's okay.
Oh, fantastic. You can tell me all about Swervehaven once we set camp up. I would be most interested to educate myself in such things. And Malar starts to probably waffle a little bit excitedly at that point about things he's read.
She's listening to him and she's delighted with all the waffling, and she can't help herself. She will start touching the trunk.
Yes, it's Yes. Malar doesn't know how to deal with this.
We found
so
the
awkward.
Malar shut off button.
Oh, I think you broke Malar in that moment. He's malfunctioning.
If you touch his trunk, he forgets what consonants are. Just only speaks in vowels.
So to find a good place to camp up for the night, it's gonna have to fall to your navigator, Seth, with his map. So Seth, if you can make an intelligence check and add your proficiency for navigator's tools, please.
Uh, 20.
Perfect with the 20. So looking on your map and eventually working out, making sure both your norths are aligned, because that can be a problem for you sometimes.
I just need someone to turn me towards north, and I'm golden. That's it.
Fleecing will attempt to help you. Yeah, natural 20. I'm not. He looks at the map, looks up to the sky, tries to find the North Star, starts spinning you around and around and around, then thinks he has you at north and holds you in position for an uncomfortable amount of time before then angling you very slightly, just very slight movements to get you into the perfect position, and then finally, after a minute, goes, there.
Oh, you guys did Ghost.
Yes, they did. I didn't even think about that.
James is frozen, and I don't know if he's frozen in trauma or if he's frozen in...
It totally looks like trauma,
Righteous
doesn't
Brothers.
it? I don't think so, but it looks that way.
He's lost sound. Discord.
You can very faintly hear the Righteous Brothers playing in the background. A clay pot appears out of nowhere on a wheel. Anyway.
Shotgun would be Goldberg.
Shotgun. With Fleeting helping you get to north, you spot an outcropping, a sort of a little thicket not too far away from you, which offers you some protection from the wind. Equally, the thicket has sort of a large jutting out rock to one side, which again is a nice windbreak for you guys, because you are exposed to the elements out on the hills. But that will provide adequate cover for you then to light up a small fire if you choose to. Probably an idea to get Brina's clothes dry, but that's entirely up to you.
Brina is going to, if there is a fire, she's just going to sit cross-legged near it, and she is going to cast via ritual alarm in an area that seems like a good area to keep us safe, basically.
I think what's the area of alarm? It's like 20-foot cube or something,
20,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you could kind of cast it over the camp if you like, so that then equidistant from the center of the camp outwards.
Yep.
So you get some warning if somebody's coming your way. Actually, I'll say, you can do it. Maybe angle it away from the thicket.
Yeah, that.
It's back.
Is that how it works?
20-foot cube, that's what it is.
I believe Brina can specify whether it's
mental,
a loud noise or just mental to her.
It's going to be loud.
It's going to be loud.
It's going to be loud.
It is going to be
gonna be
loud.
loud.
Danger. Yeah.
Danger.
And audible is, it's the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet.
All right. Okay.
Ding, ding, ding,
No
ding,
alert danger, guys, but that's okay. Ding, 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 ding. That's a lot cuter and whimsical, so yeah, we'll go with that. All right. So you do that. And let your clothes eventually dry. You do have a second set of cream robes in your bag, so you could switch over if you want to.
Yeah, I probably would switch and
Probably
just
climb into the thicket.
Yeah, and I'll probably make shift with some branches or something, kind of build something to hang my clothes over to dry near the fire. Yeah. And she would just change in plain sight of everyone.
Oh right, yeah.
They're super communal. They don't care, and so she just throws it over her head. She's butt naked, and she puts on her new set of clothes without even blinking.
It's just DK's expression there as Malar just looking up at the sky like no. Yeah, this is I guess would be uncomfortable for the rest of you because such an exhibitionist, but she clearly as clearly doesn't have these social problems in Swerfhaven.
Nope. Wow, everyone's quiet.
Brucon's response is to do something which I personally cannot do, which is the old eyebrow cock.
I'll do it for you. Here we go.
Oh, God damn you all.
Does she notice that? Is she looking at you when you do that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you,
Jim.
James. Bart, is Brucon looking? You're looking at Brina when you cock the eyebrow, but is it when she's looking your way, or?
So to be clear, Brucon's response is a kind of like, "Oh, I haven't seen someone do that in a while." It's a kind of like, memories, because of his licentious youth.
Oh, of course, yes.
Because he's from a very prim and proper background, but he himself was a real hedonist. So in his case, it's kind of nostalgia, as much as anything. But he's not going full peeping Tom or anything like that. Just kind of like, oh, that's the thing that happens. And then just kind of like goes off into his own little headspace of recollection and fond memories.
Right. But would you say would she have caught that? Would you have done it while she's looking your way, or waiting till she isn't?
Did she turn her back to do it, or literally just like
No,
just
not at
maintaining
all.
eye contact
Just
the
right
whole
away.
time?
Yep.
I mean, I think it's down to a combination of your passive perception score, and the DM to decide.
Sure.
It's not like
You
there's
tell
no.
me, DM.
What's your passive perception, Brina?
13.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.
enough. That's enough.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
you would have noticed that. But
Well, if she does see it, yeah, go ahead.
you would have noticed, but more through a sideways glance, because you wouldn't be looking directly at him necessarily, because you'd be, you're aware
Yeah, not while I was
he's there,
doing
but
it.
you're getting changed.
Yeah.
So, but you would have
Well-
noticed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as she does notice it, she probably just would have turned to him and big beaming smile and wink at him,
No.
and then continue.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So with that out of the way, you guys set up your camp for the evening.
is looking in such pain right now. pain for our souls.
What is happening? With that, you guys get your stuff together. Get your bedrolls out. I don't think any of you have tents, but if you do, you would have got those out. Make your camp for the evening, and bed down for a relatively early night for you guys. You have had some late ones before. Sleeping through. Will you wake up in the morning with no
Seth-
issues at all? I guess we'll find out.
Seth wanted to harvest 2 manticore tails, or the other 2 manticore tails. He said his internet's very
Yeah, he can't hear.
rough.
Yep. He can't hear. So what I'll do then, we'll figure that out for next time. I'll get him to do a survival check, and see how successful he is with that. But yes, so I think this is a nice point to leave it for today, with you guys having your long rest for the evening. Will you be successful in your long rest? I guess we'll figure that out next time if you're taking watches and that sort of thing. But we'll put a pin in that for next week, shall we?
Sounds good.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Welcome to the party, Angelique. What an entrance!
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
That was fun.
I mean, fun
Likewise.
was. Yeah, I was going to say, Brina's a fun character. That was, and that voice as well was, because you were saying before that you're like, I don't really do voices, and then you said like, oh, okay. That was great.
Yeah. Once you
So-
start role playing, you don't really think about it. It's what came out. I didn't plan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just what came out.
voices are fine. It's accents that are problematic.
I can't do that. I can't do
Yeah,
that
accents
at all.
are
I'm,
tricky.
Voices are great. You can be like
English
"Gar,
is not my
gar, gar."
English is not my
Oh, yeah.
native language to begin with. So to start messing with accents.
I think I'm temporarily back.
Yay!
You're back
Yay.
just in time then, as we
You're
sign off for
welcome
today.
back.
Before we
Thank
go, so, on the subject of roleplay, some excellent role playing, and it's our 50th session. So I would like to,
50th.
happy 50th, happy half century, everyone.
Yay.
As a final bit of good luck from the gods on your display, I'd like to award each of you inspiration if you don't already have it.
Ooh.
For some excellent roleplay. That was really good fun.
I'll take it.
Awesome.
And hopefully more to
Indeed,
come
yeah.
next week. Guys, thank you all
Yes.
so much for watching. As I said, join us
Can
on
I-
Friday. Yeah,
Can I cut
sorry.
for a tiny minute there? Because when you did the shameless plugs and asked people to do it, I couldn't say that I wanted to say something.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Shameless plug.
Basically, I haven't introduced myself to your audience before, and you have mentioned, of course, our campaign, the Fandling campaign.
Yes. Tales from the Sword Coast,
or
the
Sword
Fandling
Coast.
campaign. Yeah.
Tales of the Sword Coast, exactly. I am the DM for that campaign. It is temporarily on hold for now. But look out for it. It is coming soon. I just wanted to reassure your audience of it's not forgotten. It's not shelved. I just needed to deal with some personal stuff, and I'll get back to it. And as soon as that happens, enjoy the cage. In meantime, Steven is a fantastic DM, and he's gonna show you a bit what our group is about. And once that is done, I'll pick up with our main campaign, and looking very much forward to that.
Yeah, it's a good. Thank you. No, thank you for that. I forgot actually to say myself that the group for the Tales from the Sword Coast is exactly the same group as for the Cage. It's the same group of people, and so you'll get. Yeah, it's interesting because the Cage, we're starting from the beginning with you guys, whereas when we do Tales from the Sword Coast, you'll be kind of joining our heroes some way into like their adventuring careers, so it'd be a slightly different feel to that. And also, I'm sure when we eventually get to it, you'll notice how different we've gone with the characters from the Cage.
Total opposites, all of them.
To the Tales from the Sword Coast, completely separate. Anyway, with that in mind, join us on Friday from 5 p.m. Where we'll have Stephen, the DM for the Cage, joining me to talk all about the characters from the Cage campaign, the PCs, and a bit more about Sigil and the Planescape setting. Honestly, if you even heard the slightest thing about Planescape, definitely check it out. It's really, like, from reading about it, it's really interesting. It's a nice kind of bit of a sci-fi spin on D&D, which I haven't played in before. But yeah, it's a really intriguing setting. So yeah, join us for that at 5 p.m. And just after that, we'll be releasing session 1 of The Cage. So look out for that this week. And then we'll see you all next week with this motley crew once again, hopefully with Dan as well. We'll see. From 6 p.m. on Monday. Thank you all so much, guys. Whatever you're up to this week, have a great week and stay safe. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.